Hello, everybody. Anyone that is on the panel, if you guys can make sure you are on mute until we start speaking. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Thank you guys for joining me with another show. I told you guys I was going to get better with producing content at a higher rate, and I'm going to do that. Today's show might upset a lot of women, Black women in particular, but y'all know how I do. I don't care. If this bothers you, I would consider maybe seeking some help, because when we talk about things that you guys don't want to hear, they tend to call it an attack. And we're going to get to the bottom of why a lot of women cannot accept accountability and why they form these bonds with other women, because the whole goal is to attack and bring down other women. Before I get into that, I want to highlight something, guys. This is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. I need you guys to check on your people. Please don't accept I'm okay. Don't accept everything is fine. If you have somebody in your life that is not acting normal, not answering texts, not answering phone calls, get in your vehicle if you have one. Ask somebody to give you a ride, take an Uber, take a Lyft, and go check on your people. Stop acting like you care about your family, but the minute they're gone, you act like you guys were close and you don't ever even check on them. Stop accepting I'm fine and start going to check on them. Put the energy you put into hating people into checking on your people, because tomorrow isn't promised and suicide rates are higher in men. So we need to understand that men suffer at higher rates. They just don't get the same attention that women do. So if you guys are listening to me today, please check on the men and women in your life. And men, if you're out there and you are just giving up with life and you need someone to talk to, please reach out to me. I want you to know that I do care. This is a very serious topic that people don't talk about because it's men taking their lives. I feel like if the numbers were higher in women, more people would shed light on this, but they don't. So I just wanted to first talk about that. So let's go ahead and check on our people, guys. It doesn't take that long for you to make a call or go and check on someone. Okay, no excuse. Okay, the next thing I wanted to get into is I'm celebrating 10 years, you guys. For 10 years, for those who have been rocking with me for the past 10 years that I've been doing this online, a lot of you guys know where I started from. I started from the very bottom, and no this to all these other content creators that are now doing what I've been doing. But I always say this not to hype myself up, but sometimes you got to remind the sisterhood and the hyenas out there that you've been doing this a very long time. Rhoda Osmond didn't make me at all. I've been doing this for over a decade. Okay. And when I say this, I started off helping people with child support, and then it turned into me calling out behavior. And in this time, I've been attacked by women at a very high rate. Over the last 10 years, 99% of the attacks have been from women, Black women, that is. I might have had a run in with a few, white women, maybe two or three in my day, but it's been my race. So this is something we definitely have to talk about. I get a lot of heat because they think that I hate them. They think I don't like them. They think that I don't like Black women. And if they knew that right now my clientele is Black women, they would think I was lying on that too. I just want you guys to understand that I've stood on accountability, truth, and consistency. These are things that make them uncomfortable. Okay. In a world where narratives get twisted and lies travel faster than facts, the people who have supported me from the beginning, they never left my side. And I'm going to tell you, there were lies spread on my name. I was called predator. I was called a fraud, a liar, a scammer, all these things that they could not prove only because it sounds good. And the sisterhood is going to soak it up when it's a woman talking about another woman who holds other women accountable. That I'm their target because I'm doing what they don't like. They would rather me attack men. They want me to get on this internet and say that I hate men and that men ain't shit. That's not my narrative, and I will never do that. Okay. Um, that's the difference between people that are on the outside looking in and people that actually support me. The truth is, I'm a person behind this, and I really do help people. That's what I love to do. And even when people hate me, I try to offer them help, as you guys saw last week. So that's who I am as a person. And a lot of people, that angers them because they want me to be this bitter woman like they are. And I can't do that. So for 10 years, you guys, I've been on this internet doing big things. And people keep thinking that I copied Kevin Samuels or I copied Pink Book Les. No, 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 no. The Queen has been doing this for 10 years. Y'all didn't even know who Kevin Samuels was 10 years ago. Y'all didn't know who Pink Book Lessons was 10 years ago. So please stop comparing me to other people. They have their lane and I have mine. The only difference is I never switched up. You have a lot of content creators that might have started off doing one thing, but now they're doing something else that gets them money. You might have a woman that started off saying black men are protectors and providers. Now they're saying black men ain't shit because it's getting them money. I never did that. I'm still posting text receipts. I'm still getting people in groups. I'm still posting for discussion. Those are the same things I've been doing for 10 years. So if this means I'm a narcissist because I'm proud of my work, then you can go and shove it because I don't care. I'm going to hype myself up because at the end of the day, it's me. I'm doing this. So 10 years, you guys, I've been doing it. And thank you to those who have been supporting me and having my back. Okay. Now we're going to address the sisterhood. A lot of people have their definition of the sisterhood, but I can only tell you from my experience. This is a gang. This is a pack of hyenas, a pack of high-calorie, bitter, old, miserable hyenas. And shout out to Anti-Hyena. She should be coming onto my show. But these are women who hate. It could be men or other women. Now, my experience in this is that women only attacked me whenever I had a difference in opinion or I was supporting a man. That's when I would be attacked at a high rate. So what you notice in the sisterhood, if you say something that does not match what they're saying, you will be attacked. And I'm not talking about one-on-one attacks. What they do is they will gather a bunch of women up with them because that makes it look more realistic. That makes it look like this woman is hated by so many because they're doing bad work online. And that's not the truth. They will lie for each other. They will steal for each other. They will harm for each other. They don't care. The sisterhood will support someone like Cardi B, but attack someone like Chris Brown. Are y'all with me on this? They'll say Chris Brown is an abuser. He hurt Rihanna, when the truth is him and Rihanna got into a fight and Rihanna lost. That's the truth. Nobody wants to accept that. I'm going to keep normalizing that. Okay? So they will sit here and still judge Chris Brown for fighting Rihanna and winning. And that happened in 2009. But they sit up here and they praise Cardi B, who admitted to drugging and robbing men and letting transvestites do their thing when they were drugged up. Women will say, ow, to that all day long. Cardi B can throw a pin at somebody, throw a chair at somebody, hit somebody with a pistol, and get a Disney deal the next day. But Chris Brown, he will never, ever be respected the same because he fought Rihanna and won. So that is the sisterhood. They will praise one and attack the other. There's women right now that hate me, but they love Kevin Samuels. Can someone make that make sense? Kevin Samuels was on a whole nother level. He was calling women linebackers. He was saying they can hit the 8 gap like a motherfucker, right? I've never said that to a woman. But they will praise him and attack me and say, I hate women. Can someone please help me understand how that is logic when I'm not even doing that? And remember, these women called in to be slaughtered. They knew they didn't look like Beyonce. They knew they didn't look good. And yet it was an attack, right? And remember, when Kevin Samuels died, these black women had watch parties. They were crip walking. They were acting like they were spreading his ashes. They were even rocking shirts that said he's dead. That's the sisterhood that I'm talking about. I would never be a part of the sisterhood, and I'm not a girl's girl either. I don't support none of y'all women that are out there doing bad. I don't. But the first example I wanted to bring to you guys. So I was on the internet today, and you guys know who Kelly Price is, right? Kelly Price is a singer, R&B. Kelly Price gained some weight, lost some weight, gained some weight, lost some weight. Kelly Price was performing. And guess who attacked her looks? Guess who attacked her weight? Guess who said she needs to go into the gym? Black women. They attacked Kelly Price so bad that she got on this internet and cussed them out. And I want to let you guys know that what they did to her is not what I do. Now, Kelly Price got on the internet and said black men ain't shit and black women are trash. Then that would have made sense on why they said something back to her. But Kelly Price was just existing, you guys, doing her craft, doing what she loves. and she said it was Black women that attacked her. But they say I make this up. So I'm going to play the clip of Kelly Price, and we're going to start off with the roasting of the sisterhood. Let me go ahead and find the video. Here we go.
Black women, you are some of the most nasty, disrespectful people on God's planet Earth. The things that you say about other Black women, but you're an activist and you are educated and you are this and you are that and you are the other. Find yourself, because a degree does not give you class. Find yourself, because a degree ain't gonna get your stupid into heaven. Find yourself, because being a keyboard thug on social media ain't gonna do nothing but get your ass whipped when somebody walk up on you that don't know, that you don't even know is watching you. I said what I said.
Damn, that don't sound like the Kelly Price that used to sing her butt off. She's mad. She's angry. And she says something that resonated in my spirit. Being a keyboard thug will get your ass whipped. That's what Kelly Price said. So when people asked me why I had a warrant, it was because I was provoked by the sisterhood. They attacked my deceased mother. And I wasn't just attacked by women, I was attacked by men too. They attacked me. And when I fought back, they then put on their khakis and put on their little shoes and they ran right to the police station and they made up a story to sound like they were the victims. See, they will provoke and provoke and provoke. Then when you respond, you're a narcissist. You're crazy. I will always ride for my family. Here or gone, I'm still going to be there for my family. And if that comes with a warrant, it's going to come with a warrant because I love my family and I love my friends and those close to me. So if this singer right here said you can get your ass whipped being a keyboard thug, what does that say, guys? These are celebrities who got money, who got bodyguards. They got stuff, right? But they're still human, right? Because Kelly Price didn't ask to be attacked. My mother, who's no longer here, didn't ask to be attacked. So I got to step in. But then when you step into the sisterhood, it's a trap, the bait and hook. They will talk about your deceased loved ones, even fly out to the state where they're buried to provoke you. And now you have a warrant. And now you have to fight in court for months and months and months. That's what the sisterhood does. And let me tell you, Black men, they don't just do it to men. They do it to women too. They are manipulators. They know how to lie, even if it's on another woman. So y'all can tell by Kelly Price's demeanor that if somebody would have said what they said online to her face, she'll probably be in jail. Because at the end of the day, they're human, you guys. Y'all keep testing these people. And a lot of them, they come from the hood. You got to stop this. This so-called sisterhood isn't about unity, healing, or progress. It's a coalition built on malice, you guys. These women, they bond together, not over values, but vendettas. Their tactics are calculated. False police reporting, smear campaigns online, attacking people's family members, living or dead. They weaponize words like narcissists to paint themselves as the victim while destroying reputations with lies, you guys. What makes this group of women dangerous, it isn't their actions, but their loyalty to each other's dysfunction. They are loyal to dysfunction. They are loyal to lying. They're loyal to turning the other way, right? They don't, and then if you mention accountability, ooh, you mention accountability, good luck. They will go crazy with that one. They don't even like each other. The sisterhood, they don't even like each other. They only tolerate each other because they hate the same target. So these pack of hyenas that hate me, they don't even mess with each other. They talk about each other when they're not around these women. But when they're together, they think that this is just one big gang that can hurt people. That's what it's about, you guys. That's what it's about. So before I move on, anybody on the panel want to add into anything I just said, or what y'all thinking?
Well, let me say this. I mean, time and time again, I have seen and heard about the sisterhood. I've seen examples of it. I've seen their YouTube representatives all the time. But the worst case of the sisterhood, I think, was what happened in Mexico 2 years ago. Those girls were going on a girls' trip. And Well, let's say they deleted one of their own. They think they think it's buddy buddy, but then they end up deleting. That's how bad the sisterhood can be. You know, somebody mentioned a while back that this sisterhood is not a real sisterhood. They were never a real sisterhood. When I think of a sisterhood, I think of a group of women who would tell the truth to each other at any cost. I think of a group of women who would support each other for the right reasons and even sacrifice for each other as well. But that sisterhood stuff we're seeing right now, that's not it. You know, I said I said this on your last show. I have watched a lot of black women content creators uh going through the same thing you went through, at least not to your extreme. But oh yes, when they tell the truth, they get attacked all the time. So this is nothing new to me. And like you said, and I mean this really hit home. They talk a lot of stuff because they're miserable. They want to look like they got it going on, but deep down inside, they are really miserable. And here's the worst thing about it. Most of the sisterhood don't really put in the work. No, they don't. Mm-mm. They just want to, get mad at people. I think jealousy is the biggest thing with the sisterhood. That's all I got.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Dr. Steele. Daquan, did you want to say anything? Hold on. Who is DJ? Is it DJ? Okay. Daquan, did you want to say anything? No? Okay, cool. I see you. Okay, guys. So thank you so much, Dr. Steele. And I agree. You said that a lot of them, they're miserable. And I believe that. And I actually found some clips. But before I go into that, I also wanted to say if anybody has been following me for, the last couple of years, we know that today marks the 2-year scam anniversary of Rhoda Osmond, the brick lady. And if you guys forgot who the brick lady was, I'm about to remind you. She does have trial scheduled for the 17th of this month. The dates keep getting moved because there were some things that I had to send over to them. A lot of people were asking me if I was looking at filing charges against her for the threats. No, it's still the same. Just because she's on her social media living her life and shaking her butt doesn't mean that she's not going to be held accountable. It's coming. Cases like this, they do take time. I can say with full honesty that subpoenas have gone out. Even Olin Douglas is going to be subpoenaed to testify. So imagine the guy that you accused and put his face out there and potentially almost had him unalived. He's going to be testifying against you. And for her to take this to trial, that tells you that her attorney does not care about her freedom, because going to trial is going to put you in there a lot longer. And when they are going to use your past against you, and I'm not saying what happened in Minnesota about your first scam, the past meaning when she was in Texas, she got pulled over a lot for drinking, hitting the wall, acting a damn fool out there. She might throw her PhD in everyone's face, but she's still the one that couldn't decipher metal from metal detectors. Okay? This is the same PhD student. And since Chat GPT is now here, I don't think anyone getting a degree like that, uh, I question people's education now, because a lot of people are now using Chat GPT to cheat. And if anybody remembers going to school and doing it the natural way, even if it was online, it was hard. But now with these chat and AI bots, they can do your papers for you. So all these people are now going for their PhD. You can get it with Chat GPT. Both of y'all gonna be getting the degree together. But people like me who went to college and got 4 degrees, my last degree was in 2021 before AI and all that stuff came out. At least I know I'm a part of the gang who worked their butt off to get their degrees. So at the end of the day, I don't care what she's doing on her social media. She even has these new podcasts. that she does every Thursday where she allows people to say it with their chests. But she ain't invited me. You talk all this crap about everybody, but she knows not to ever ask me because it won't happen. You already know what's about to happen. They won't even say my name. They won't even say my name. So don't act like you're tough. She says she loves a debate, and I'll debate anyone. That is not true. But let me remind you that 2 years ago, on September the 3rd, that was the first time that she came on TikTok and made up this lie. And I was right on her. The only thing she said that was true, she said that I reached out to her that night and told her to tell the truth. But she said I threatened her, which I didn't. She's only saying I threatened her now because she's about to get in trouble. I don't make threats. I don't need to. Me telling you to tell the truth because you're lying, that's not a threat. But it was to her. She blocked me right away. But she admitted that I was in her inbox because I knew she was full of crap and I didn't lie. But the sisterhood attacked me. They attacked my mother. They attacked everyone in my life over this woman. And even now, she still has supporters thinking that she was still a victim. Guys, the sisterhood doesn't even see logic. They heard the detective say that they saw the video and she got hit with a bottle. We knew, anyone following me, we knew in October of 2023 that she got hit with that bottle. But everyone told the world that that was a fake audio recording until the truth came out, right? So let me remind you now for those who don't know who Rhoda is, she has a voice that's very strong and it sometimes sounds like a motorcycle. So you might want to turn down your volume because she is going to be screaming and acting a damn fool on some of these videos. So let me show you the first one from 2 years ago, and then we'll get into it.
My friend is coming to visit me. So, I got some fresh flowers, some food, some snacks, some drinks, some smoke. And she don't even know. We be outside till 9 a.m. in Houston. Are you ready? Are you ready, Jaton Griffin? What have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this? I never did anything in my life to hurt anybody. Literally, a man asked me for my number. I said no, and he picked up a brick in front of so many men and was like, "What you gonna do?" And I told all these men, like, "Yo, why this man got a brick on my face?" And he's holding a brick, and all these niggas is watching, and nobody does nothing. And he hits me in my face, and then they all just watching, and they let that nigga get in a corner. How is this okay? This is what y'all doing to women?
She should have gotten an award for that, because how often do you guys see people filming like that and then they look away and then they look? Y'all, when I saw the video, like y'all just saw it right now, I knew instantly she was lying. This video was posted on her TikTok as a story, not as an actual video, meaning she didn't want it to stick around that long, but it did. I know pain from someone being assaulted. They wouldn't have time to record in the hospital room. You're not supposed to be recording in there anyway, right? We know how the rules go, right? I thought a PhD student would know that. But someone that says that they went to the #1 journalism school that doesn't know how to write a script, this script wasn't a good written script. I called it on day one. I have never in my life, and all these niggas was just, no. And to be Somalian and calling people niggas, that's a problem right there too. You're not an African-American Black woman, and you had a nerve to talk like, don't do that. It's only convenient. There's a video of her that I forgot to share from her like 10 years ago when she spoke with a different voice. But then when it's time to be Black, it's I never in my life. No. When it's not going to work on this end. And then when I called it out, she had all these people supporting her. They were attacking me. They said that I hate Black women. They said that I was all, and to this day, Rhoda absolutely hates me, and I don't care. We saw Carly Russell get a break for lying. This woman right here did worse than Carly Russell because it made the shade room. The Shade Room made Rhoda famous. If it didn't make the Shade Room, I still would have got her. It just wouldn't have been as popular as it is today. And when I said it was a lie and I sent it to the Shade Room, they left me unseen. But when that truth came out on January 16th, when the Queen of Accountability told the world that this woman had a felony, January 17th, everything followed. And this is what happened.
It responded that she was hit in the head with a brick after she refused to give her phone number to a guy on the street.
And was that verified by any of the evidence that detectives looked at?
No, that was not verified.
Harris County prosecutor Keith Houston says surveillance videos from that early September morning show Osmond hitting a man first.
So she's the one she was the aggressor?
She was the aggressor, yes.
And it was a water bottle that hit her, not a brick?
He did have a water bottle in his hand, and we think that's what left the mark.
Zero tolerance for the misuse of our platform. The fundraiser has been removed from the platform. All donors have been refunded, and Rhoda Osmond has been banned from using the platform for any future fundraisers.
Gotcha, bitch.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We need some help from you now.
Oh, I know she hates that meme. But y'all see what really happened. So when that detective said that she was hit with the bottle, the sisterhood still didn't apologize to me when they said that call was fake. They didn't think I was that close to the case, but I'm in the case. So even today, the sisterhood still does not like me, and that's fine on this incident here. That's what happens when you hold Black women or women accountable. They can still be looked at as the victim. There are women right now that still think that the guy Olin assaulted her, even though the detective said that's not what happened. He defended himself. But see, even when men defend themselves, they are still looked at as villains because men shouldn't hit women, even if they are punching them, throwing things at them. Well, we live in a new era. These men are not going to let you assault them, especially if you're pushing 200 pounds. Some of these women, they can hit. These men are not going to sit there and be your punching bag. And then when you lose, you go crying on the internet. That's what she did. See, women know how to manipulate other women because women are more gullible. Oh my gosh, let me reach into my purse. But when you question someone's story, you're victim blaming. They try to use those tactics to make you think you're not doing right, and you are doing right. Anyone that comes up with a sob story online, I need to see proof. I don't care how you feel. If you go and borrow money from a bank, do they ask for proof? Hell, if you go down to get food stamps and cash, ladies, they still ask for proof that you don't have a job. They're still going to do their work to make sure that you're telling the truth. We live in a world where you just can't believe words. You got to verify. And one thing about this sisterhood is that they know how to lie and manipulate other idiots into believing their story. January 16th, when I told the world that Rhoda had a felony warrant, the very next day, the sisterhood was talking about my warrant. So I realized that when they saw that I was getting all the praise and the support, they wanted to diminish my hard work that I did. So the sisterhood waited for that moment. Let me tell you how calculated and manipulative they are. I told you guys on the last show that I did have a warrant. I don't have it today, but I did because I fought back after being attacked by men and women. And when this warrant came out, It was back in November of 2023. So ask yourself why the sisterhood waited until January 17th to announce to the world that Daphne had the warrant. Do you see what I'm saying to you guys today? That's how jealous they were of me. They knew I was about to break this case. They knew I was about to be praised for the case. They just didn't know when. So they waited patiently for my moment. And when that moment came, even Rhoda Osmond posted my warrant. That shit was hilarious because she thought that my ticky-tack warrant was greater than her felony warrant. Mine was off of an accusation. Hers was off of something she actually did. So she thought we were on the same level. So she tried to harass me with the warrant. I'm still here. No warrant today, no conviction today, but I can't say the same about Rhoda. I didn't even have to get arrested and mugshotted. That's how low level and pathetic that piece of crap warrant was. See, having a warrant doesn't mean you're guilty. It means that they want to talk to you, give you a court case so you can fight. Well, I fought and I won. But you notice that the same sisterhood that wanted y'all to know I had it and held it over my head for a year, when it disappeared, you didn't hear nothing else from the sisterhood, right? But they'll still keep that up when I had it because it gives them power, makes them feel good, even though it's not true today. That's the sisterhood that we are dealing with. They can't wait to see your downfall, but they say they don't like you, but they can't stop talking about you. And when it comes to Black men, they will do and say whatever it takes to bring those men down, even if it means lying to the police, even if it means lying in court. They will make up stories to try to destroy these men. And because they're in these big packs, like hyenas, that's what it sounds like. They're in these big packs because strength in numbers when it comes to the sisterhood. See, some of these women think the sisterhood means empowerment. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about women that will band together that don't even know each other personally, but they all hate the same person. Hey, I hate Daphne. Me too. Let's be friends, okay? That's the sisterhood right there. She's a fraud. Yeah, she's a fraud. And you have these women that follow the gang, the leader. There's always one old, bitter leader leading the pack of hyenas. And you'll notice that the people that are following them, they're getting in a lot of trouble. And they don't even see it. They don't see it, guys. They tell me to be a girl's girl. They tell me to look the other way. I don't have to always support men. Close your eyes and keep scrolling. That's something I won't do. And I never do it for nobody. See, they didn't like when Jasmine Moss was indicted on felony warrants for child neglect, right? The sisterhood called me a snitch. The sisterhood said, what gave me the right to tell the Memphis police that this woman was allowing her 2-year-old child to wax vaginas? What gave me the right? Well, when you worked for the state, and the sisterhood would try to diminish me working for the state too, because of their jealousy. Not only did I work for the state, but I was bad. I had one of the best caseloads. I was teaching 10-year vets in my 20s how to get my numbers. So I know my strength and what I can do. I don't got to prove it to them. But even if you don't do the job no more, you're still held to the same values. That's like when a cop retires. He might be retired, but I guarantee you if he saw a woman or a man getting slapped up, he's going to do his job still. He's going to go back to those mechanics. So if I see a child being abused, I'm telling. You don't got it like me. Call me a snitch. I don't care. I'm not here for you. So they called me a snitch. They tried to, send me crazy messages. How dare I attack a mother who's trying to make it? But let me tell you, Memphis, Tennessee is a dangerous, dirty, and nasty area. I've been there. Not impressed. The crime rate, sky high. So why would a mother post on social media that her daughter almost made a G and where they can find them? That's a dumb thing to do for a mother with 3 kids and you ain't got no man around. So all these men have to do is send a woman to get a layout and a feel for the place, act like she wants to get a wax, and then they rob you. That's an easy lick right there. What mother will put her kid in that kind of predicament? Jasmine Moss. So me giving the police the tip and them actually indicting her means that I didn't lie and I was right. But see, the sisterhood did, well, if her kids go to the foster care, they're going to be in, well, I would rather them go and have a chance there than stay being abused by the person that's supposed to love them, that pushed them out, right? There's a lot of bad mothers out there that will support other bad mothers. You got these mothers who have adult children, and the legacy they're leaving behind to their children is that they're old, bitter, miserable, and they love to lie. If I was a mother where I birthed a child out of me, I wouldn't move the same way. I don't even think I would be doing what I'm doing because it comes with a lot of hate. I wouldn't. But you got these mothers who don't care about their children because they're out here acting like them. I'm assuming their children probably have more values and they possess more class than their own mothers. They don't care about their children. They don't even care about themselves. They're miserable. They're out here online acting like they're traveling and living life, but they are suffering behind the scenes. And a lot of people know what I'm talking about. Suffering. They're suffering, but they'll never say it. You got to look out for them. It's not an easy thing to go against when you don't have enough, facts, resources, and support. It's very difficult, y'all. So I'm going to play this other video I saw online that has to deal with it from a man and a woman's point of view. And then I'm going to ask you guys on the panel if you have any questions about that. Hold on.
Women, or I hate black women, or I'm bashing. That's what women say when you talk against the 304 behavior, when you talk against issues in our community that are really affecting our children, that are influencing them in a negative way. And I love this comment because she hit it on the nose. It's like, if you go against it, they say you hate black women, you're anti-black, or they call you a pick-me. I don't want young girls to think that that behavior is going to get them anywhere, to have to spend their 30s and 40s healing from all the damage that they did in their younger years. And the fact that we think that somebody hates black women, or they're hating, or they're bashing because they don't condone certain things, is wild.
Sisterhood is a motherfucking scam. It needs a reboot. The reason why I believe sisterhood is a scam is because you guys use it basically just to disagree with whatever a man says. Sisterhood is now destroying relationships.
Wait, let me rehear that.
It's just the girl code. The reason why y'all asking for divorces because y'all hearing what homegirl is saying. You could get it better over there.
It really depends.
I got you. Let me finish this, and you could tear me up right after. It's just like that. You guys are like programmed now just to go against a man. Y'all fought tooth and nail to say, yeah, it's my body, do whatever I want, but don't want to be sexualized. Y'all want to fuck whoever y'all want, but get mad when a man say you shouldn't. You shouldn't be out here.
Yeah, but men decide everything for women.
No, we don't, because now
we
y'all
can't even abort. You can't
y'all put
abort
conditions
children.
on. Y'all put way too many conditions.
So I heard it from another woman and a guy who feels that the sisterhood is a scam, and I've said that too. And when you hear it from more than one person, you have to start to believe that maybe there's some truth in that. Y'all got to do better. I don't understand why y'all have so much hate for, sometimes it's people you don't even know personally. Y'all are personally affected by something that wasn't said or done to you. It's crazy. D, are you there? DJ. You have to unmute. You're muted.
I'm sorry, I'm here.
Thank you so much. So, guys, I could say DJ. I could do that. Guys,
Yeah,
DJ
cool.
is the person behind my accountability anthem. Let me remind you who this beautiful woman is right here.
ACCOUNT ability. Do y'all know what this means? ACCOUNT ability. Do y'all know what this means?
That is my beautiful friend who wants me to call her DJ. She is an amazing woman. She's a counselor. She went to college, got her master's. She's very poised. I've known this woman for over 3.5 years. And the narrative out there is that I don't get along with Black women. I absolutely do get along with Black women who are about class. They're feminine. They have they carry themselves with poise. I get along well with those type of women. I don't get along with women who have an ulterior motive to be famous online, who wants to be one of the biggest content creators based on lies. They want to hate on other people. I don't do well with those type of women. And the last 2 women that I let in my circle were the only 2 women that I kicked out. And I didn't know them well. I didn't know them longer than 2 months. And the thing about that is when they're trying to be cool with me, but they have their own motives, you got to cut ties. That's what and then when you do that, the narrative flips, and then you're called every name in the book. One of the biggest names that I'm called, and I know a lot of men can relate to this, a narcissist. I think that is an abused and overly used word. Now, I'm going to say my opinion, and then I want to ask this beautiful woman DJ what her thoughts are on this, since she went to college and got her credentials. And it matters hearing this from another woman and hearing this from a professional that can actually tell you why people do what they do. But me being called a narcissist by another woman, it's actually funny, because typically I think it's because it's a reflection of them, but it's become a shield and a sword for the sisterhood. And instead of being used in the proper clinical sense, I want to remind you guys that it takes a proper clinical diagnosis of being told that you're a narcissist. These internet keyboards, they just throw the word around. He doesn't love me anymore. He's a narcissist. He looked at me wrong. He's a narcissist. She just held a Black woman accountable. She's a narcissist. Oh my gosh, she's praising herself for 10 years of accountability. She's a narcissist. They're idiots, you guys. These are world-class idiots. They don't know what the hell the word means. They just throw it out like it's Christmas. They don't care. But if they actually went and saw a therapist, I'm sure they would get diagnosed with that. They don't know what it means, but they love saying it because it sounds good. They take these definitions off the internet or follow and stalk a page and take one of their memes and, yeah, you guys, see, this is what, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. And if you're not being diagnosed by a professional, don't listen to these Facebook idiots. Many women abuse it as a label to silence accountability. By calling someone a narcissist, they instantly position themselves as the victim. They want to gain sympathy. They want people to attack me, right? Because they think that this person is a victim and they're not. They're the villain the whole time. So let me find the video I had on that, because this woman hit it on the head. I think it was from a woman. Yep, it is. Okay. So this woman compared this to someone she had to work with. So minus the threats and the violence, I'm with what this woman said.
Loosely.
That word is a very strong word. Let's start right there. Sometimes it be themselves that be telling people you're a narcissist.
So it takes one to know one, basically.
Yes.
The word gaslighting and narcissist, I feel like that shit is a trend. Like, nobody really knows what the fuck pertains to it. People just say it because it sounds good. It's just like people say, oh, self-love, and you ain't never self-love yourself ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just say shit just to say it.
I've met a couple of people that are narcissistic, and the worst one that I've ever met was a female. That shit was crazy. I ain't gonna lie, I almost punched the bitch in her face because it was real bad. And I used to work with the bitch.
Man, she said she used to work with the woman, wanted to punch her in the face. So you'll notice that women who abuse that word, they're usually talking about themselves. I agree. You'll notice that they weren't using the word their entire time on the internet. They just started using it. So you could tell that their followers, they don't have their own thought. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. DJ, my question to you, why do you think women abuse the word narcissist online?
I think just like everybody else has already said, it's because it's just like the overused buzzword. Like it's what people don't realize is like narcissism is a diagnosis, like you already said. Like you have to be clinically diagnosed by a professional. And I think they confuse it with the word. What word they actually want to use is egotistical. Like being egotistical means like you self-centered or you self-absorbed or, you know, you all about yourself. But to be a narcissist, that's like an actual diagnosis. That's something that's like a 2-3 steps above being egotistical. So I think it's just funny how people just say stuff and don't really know the true meaning of it. They just, like everybody already said, just saying things that they already heard, follow the leader type stuff, which goes in line with the beehive mindset.
But you said beehive. Are you talking about like the people that follow Beyonce or like Nicki Minaj.
No, I
What's
mean,
hers? The Barbies or whatever. People that really believe in this. Okay, so let me ask you this: why do you think women love calling me that? And mind you, I've only been called the narcissist since the Rhoda incident because that's when I cut off a lot of people. But prior to the Rhoda incident, I never was called that. So why do you think I'm now being called a narc?
because you hate black women, Daphne. That's why you hate black women. That's why they're projecting. That's the other favorite word. You're projecting. Yeah, they're project. Those are the real projectors. Like they really project what they actually are, and I mean that's just really the bottom line is, and it's crazy and ironic because when you really sit and think about it, like when we think about the people around us that's close to us, like maybe our sisters or our mamas or girlfriends or stuff like that, those are really the people that are the true narcissists. A lot of time it be our own mothers that be the true narcissists that we don't even call out, but then like you said, we'll get on the internet and call a stranger that we don't even know that said something that we disagree with, we'll call them a narcissist. But then our mama is right in our face exhibiting the narcissistic behavior and we won't say anything about that. So it's really strange. They the only reason I can think of it is they just don't know and they low-key are haters and they're mad at you and they just jealous and they just again said something that they heard somebody else said and think that that's the worst word or it's like a bad word, like almost calling somebody like the B word, like you a B, and it's like narcissist has replaced that word, I feel like.
You know what? And that's what I got from that too, because when I started getting called that, it seemed like they just wanted to follow the trend. They didn't really know what the heck they were talking about. And them calling me that, it doesn't change who I am. It's just
Right.
funny how they like to take memes and definitions and they compare it to whatever I do. Now let me ask you this. If someone didn't like me that claims that they don't like me, but they spend a lot of their time on social media talking about the queen, would you say that that's someone that's obsessed with me, or is that the definition of someone cutting me off? I just wanted you to say it out loud because I'm a bit confused. You know, I'm dumb to them. I don't have a brain. So can you explain that to me?
Of course. You are not confused at all. They are very much obsessed. It's definitely it's definitely obsessive behavior. And you know what's actually funny? I was looking through I told you I was gonna look at my DSM-5, like the book, the big book of diagnosis. And it's actually funny. I was looking at this other personality disorder. It's called histrionic personality disorder. And it's kind of similar to narcissism, but it's basically a personality disorder where people have a pattern. It says a pervasive pattern of excessive emotionality and attention seeking, beginning by early adulthood and present in a variety of contexts. So that is kind of that. It's kind of given that because they're seeking attention. It's like they're going to extra lengths to get attention or trying to shine light on themselves or to take somebody else's light. So it's definitely giving obsessed. It's not giving you they cut you off.
You said something at the end to cut someone's light. So on the day where the Houston police said Daphne Sutton helped us with the case, and that was the day that the sisterhood said Daphne has a warrant, yay! They held on to that information for like 3 months. What does that say about them?
It definitely says they trying to get the attention. It's like that's the real pick me energy right there. Like you don't have your own accomplishments, so it's like, oh, let me try to jump in and say. It's almost kind of like, you know, somebody's like, oh my God, I just found out I got cancer. Okay, well I had cancer for 3 years, and it's like, okay, okay. It's like you trying to take the light off of somebody else. So yeah, when the Houston police said, okay, Daphne Sutton is who gave us this information. She's the one who brought this story to light. She the one who chimed us into all of this. It's like, oh, let me try. Okay, so I didn't get that. So let me try to shift the attention off of her and let me try to make it on myself because I haven't did nothing in life or I haven't accomplished nothing this big in life. So let me try to take it from her and get it for myself instead of doing something on their own accord.
And I find it funny because a lot of them said that they fed me all the work and I slept in my bed peacefully. I didn't do no work. And you know that's the craziest thing ever. But after the Rhoda case kind of died down, you notice that the sisterhood went back to their normal lives, and I went back to my advocacy. Jasmine Moss I took down last year. That was after Rhoda. that was another big case where the Memphis police, they thanked me, and
Oh
the
yeah.
Memphis DFS, they said they wanted me on payroll, but I told them I didn't live in Memphis. I wouldn't even want to go out there. It's crazy. But I was recognized by them. But not just that. I don't know if you remember this year in February, me bringing down the woman who, I always get her name wrong because she's not, from here, but the woman who danced on the head of the disabled. And I did an interview with the Atlanta, the news. And I remember when it first came out and I told people that she was going to jail, the sisterhood wanted to diminish that. And they said I was lying. She's making it up. I don't know if do you remember when they said I was making that up too?
Yep, I remember that.
So then when I did the interview and people from Atlanta was reaching out to me, family, and I made it, I said, what do you have to say now? The sisterhood went silent. So why do you think they went silent when they had told the internet that I was lying about being the one behind her, being charged with felonies? Why do you think they lied? Why do you think that they did that and then they disappeared when the truth came out? Just out of curiosity.
Because nobody likes to, come back and say, oh, my bad, I was wrong. I mean, why would you do that? I mean, why would you come back and say, I was wrong, my bad, I messed up? Why would you do something like that?
Yeah. Thank you. I'm glad.
It's that simple.
And they had nothing to say. So, I mean, the FBI called me and the sisterhood said that I was wanted by the FBI. It actually made no sense. If you're wanted by them, they can easily come and get you. I mean, the FBI is the FBI. They don't need a civilian's help to find someone. They can find you if they want to find you. So why would they call my phone and say thank you for your tip and she's being arrested if they were looking for me? Does that usually happen? Hey, Daphne, we're looking for you. We want to say thank you for your tip. Does that usually happen?
No. And what a lot of people don't realize too with crimes, because I mean, even though like I'm a counselor, that's like my side job, like my day job. I work for a prosecutor's office as well. So I sit front row with a lot of this stuff. And I mean, a lot of these cases and a lot of time criminal cases specifically, they don't get 100, just to keep it 100, they don't get resolved by the police. Like the police only do so much work. Like the stuff gets resolved by, like you said, people like you that's providing tips, that's making them aware of it, that's staying on top of them, calling them, constantly following up. Those are the ways that criminal things get resolved and get solved. So it's just ironic that, like your overall point is, they want to be, okay, we are part of a sisterhood up until somebody do something we don't like. But then let's flip the script as soon as something happens to them. Oh my God, I'm a victim. Nobody helping me. Nobody this or that. They want the people like you that's going to be relentless with bringing tips to the police or calling and following up and making sure that they're doing their job when it happens to them. But if it's happening to somebody else or they disagree with you or they don't like what you said or how you said it, then all of a sudden, oh, let's join together and ban her because she bad. It's really strange. But like I said, the weird part is a lot of times people think that the police, are these great people that do their job all the time, and they really don't. It's citizens and concerned people that have to stay on top of them to make them do their job to even get a resolution with actual crime victims.
Man, thank you. I definitely appreciate you breaking that down. It makes me happy, to see that there are women like you and and my friend Anti Hyena. She was supposed to be on here. I guess I know she's in the chat, but I have a group of Black women that I'm close to, and they have been in my circle for some years now, and they've shown me that I can trust again. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much, Dee, for coming on this show, and I appreciate your advice. I'm not advice, but what your side of everything is, and what advice would you have for people who are following other women and thinking that there's going to be some reward at the end when there isn't? What's your advice to them?
I would just say, I mean, at the end of the day, it's hard to stand by yourself. You know what I'm saying? As as women like you, like myself, like other women who don't follow behind other people, it's hard to stand alone. It's hard to stand by yourself because, of course, we social. We want to be accepted. We want to be in groups with people. But at the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong. And like I said, everybody want to follow the leader and be behind somebody else until it happens to you. And the problem with following behind trends or jumping on a bandwagon with stuff that's false or not real is it's almost like the story of the boy that cried wolf. Like when it actually is happening and it's actually time for somebody to do something about it, nobody's gonna believe you because we done seen you lying this whole time, or we done seen you jumping on a bandwagon for false information the whole time. And so now when it's actually your turn to be an actual victim and nobody believes you, then now you really down bad because you don't have no support, or you don't have no community, or nobody really riding for you. And I think that's just really the biggest, you know, downfall about it. Like I said, I work in a prosecutor's office. I work as a social worker in a prosecutor's office. And a lot of the time, and I deal specifically with child cases, with children being sexually abused, physically abused, deleted, those type of things. And, it's always a bunch of unfortunately single mothers that are there with their children who have been victimized, and they got all this energy and animosity, and they angry. And my question is, like, we're not victim blaming, but it's just, okay, where were you at when this was happening? Why are we not protecting our children? And when we don't ask those real life questions, and when we don't have those real conversations to hold our girlfriends or our sisters or our friends or whatever accountable, this kind of stuff continues to happen. Because from what I see on my end, it's not like it's a bunch of dudes kicking these doors down, snatching these kids out, doing stuff to them. It's unfortunately women letting them in and opening the door and not doing their due diligence as grown-ups, as mother, to protect their children. And then when something happens to the kids, then it's all of this energy after the fact, when we should be taking and having this energy beforehand. So I just say all of that to say, like, we need to get off of the bandwagon of, oh, you victim blaming, or, oh, if you ask a question that's just a legitimate question, oh, you blaming them, or you shaming them, no, we need to ask real life questions, because at the end of the day, a child's well-being should not be put below the feelings of a grown-ass woman or a grown adult who uncomfortable or irritated by a real life question that you ask when you're trying to figure out, well, how did this dude get in your house, or how did he get around your kid, or why was he left alone with your kid? So yeah, I know that was a little tangent, but it's just not good to follow behind these trends, because when real life stuff happen, when it's actually you, then you're gonna be mad when nobody believe you, or when nobody take heed to, your struggle.
Wow, that was well put. Any Dr. Still, is he still there? Wait, because I can't see with the comment here. Yeah, I think that's him. Yep. So anyone else? Hey, Daquan, you've been quiet, sir. Anything you wanted to chime in on?
Well, good evening to everybody. I've been dealing with personal issues. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I just wanted to check in with everybody to see if everything was still copacetic, but I didn't want to change topic. But I'm dealing with death in the family this week, so I apologize for me being so distant as far as your sound. Um, it's just a lot to deal with right now. So I apologize for my behavior, but I just
Hey,
wanted to
Daquan, can you speak a little bit louder?
I said my fault for being so stagnant with sound as far as just being on mute, but I'm kind of quiet today. I'm dealing with death in the family, so I apologize.
No, don't apologize. You said you're dealing with a death.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, Daquan. I mean, hey, man, you didn't even have to, be on. If you, I want you to deal with that. We can talk about that. I can talk you through it, whatever you need. If you just want to just be on the panel just to listen, you can just do that. Okay. I don't even want to make you talk. Go ahead and mute and get your smoke on, man. Well deserved. Well deserved.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too, guys. I want y'all to understand that a lot of people that follow me, they have kids, they have families, and if you're trying to leave a legacy to your child, you have to remember that what you do online, it can come back. It can come back on you and your family. So a lot of these women, they don't know what they're talking about, and they're going to continue to hate me. They're going to hate me even more when this woman is convicted and thrown into jail. They're really going to hate me, and that's okay. But at least now I know they don't have no ammunition to attack me like they did last year. And them not liking me over me doing the right thing, that didn't stop me, because then Jasmine Moss and then Lucretia. And I don't care if these women are young or if they're old. If you're doing wrong, I'm going to call it out. You don't have to like it. But remember, anything you post on the internet, it can be used against you. So if you don't want people inserting their opinions or holding you accountable, don't post it. Because if you go on Instagram threads, 80% of them are bitter women who don't like men. But you sit up there on threads and you talk about them every chance you get. And then you guys support these women who lie and manipulate men to get them locked up for years, knowing that even when the truth comes out, these men still have to deal with the allegations for the rest of their lives. I ain't cool with that, guys. I am not okay with that, nor am I cool with that. Y'all got to start doing better. And I'm speaking a lot to the mothers because a lot of these women that hate me, they have kids. Can you imagine the hate that those kids grew up in? Because if the mother is like that, just think about that. Just imagine what their kids had to go through. A bitter, old, loud, and wrong mother. That's what they are. And I remember somebody told me that anyone that has to attack your deceased family members, it says a lot about how sick and twisted they are. And it's even worse when people reach out to me and say, hey, I saw this. Did you? This was posted on your mother's anniversary day. My adversary's posting references that have to do with my mother, thinking it wouldn't get sent to me. It did. I don't know what's going on in these women's lives to attack someone's relative that isn't living, but that's a sick, twisted mentality. And like Kelly Price said, they do it because on the internet, they feel like they are the ultimate warriors. But then when you say something to defend yourself, they become these little kittens, scared. Anti, are you there? Anti-hyena.
Yeah, I'm here.
Now, I know that you can definitely agree with what me and DJ said earlier. I know that with you, you've been attacked. Anti-hyena is one of my good friends who is an amazing woman who's married, by the way, with a beautiful family. And she had sent me something. Now, I had made a meme a couple of years ago, and Anti, thank you for this because I didn't catch it, but thank you. So I made this meme. As you guys can see what I'm showing you on the screen, the meme was from a couple of years ago. This is a meme that I created, and I put attention-seeking hyena, and I put my little definition for it. And people have been stealing my work, thinking that it wouldn't come back to me, but I'm the blueprint, like I said. So women, when they don't like things that I do, they have to mimic or take and try to change it up, thinking that it won't get back to me. And that's fine because I wanted them to see the date. I'm glad that you guys are admired by my work, that you guys can't form your own opinion. But when I tell you guys about the sisterhood, there's some men that are in that sisterhood too, that support attacks on women. They will tell, women, I got your back. Let me see what I can do to her. This is their whole game. They like to provoke and taunt you until you respond, and then they get on this internet and they play the victim. That's what the sisterhood does. They will cry. They will tell people that I'm dangerous. They would tell people that I'm going to prison and the FBI is looking for me. Guys, come on. Y'all know. And I respect the people who haven't even brought it up to me because they knew it wasn't true. I've been doing this for 10 years. And the only time I ever had a problem was since the Rhoda incident, y'all. That's when that Rhoda incident exposed a lot of fake people that wanted to be like me. I had already been doing this. You notice that once the Rhoda incident faded a little bit, they went back to hating and finding other things to do because they really didn't care. They wanted the popularity. They thought I was getting paid $1 million the way they was acting. I didn't make no money off this. It's what I already do. So, Anti, I know you get attacked a lot by Black women, and especially from the sisterhood. I know you were doxxed at one point. You were harassed. Tell me your experience. What do you think about the sisterhood?
I think they only click up when it's convenient for them. And then when someone goes against the grain or say something they don't like, they're the enemy. They do it with celebrities, they do it with regular women, and it's getting spoken about more and more every day. Because people are starting to see if they can't attack us, now they're attacking each other. So the sisterhood is bullshit. It's not even real, in my opinion. It's not real. It's females who have intentions and jealousy when they meet you, And when they can't find their own shine and their own spark within themselves, they start to attack the person that's shining.
That's so. I mean, tell me about what has been done to you personally.
Well, I started making content about a lady who was going the wrong direction for her child's father. She started lying on him and, basic bitter baby mama things. And I was like, someone needs to get a hold of this woman and let her know she's not doing what she's supposed to do. This is not how you win. And when I started speaking on it, they started doxing me. They were basically projecting. They were saying I'm broke. They tried doxing me. And then after they doxed me, they were like, well, the reason why she has a nice house is because she's on Section 8. I'm not on Section 8. I'm a homeowner. When they couldn't do that, they started trying to make fun of my family. They started talking about my mom who's deceased. They started doing all types of stuff based on the fact that I was correct on what I said about the woman. And they could never come up with facts on why I was wrong about saying what I'm saying, other than, oh, you're just hating. That was their logic. That's still their logic. You're a hater. And I said, well, what makes you think I would be hating on a woman who's having baby daddy problems, who's homeless, who as she continues to try to take over her baby daddy's life or destroy his life, her life is getting destroyed. She filed bankruptcy. She has nowhere to stay. Her credit is bad. She went from a $1 million I forget what the net worth to zero because she had to file bankruptcy. They have nothing to say, but, oh, you're just jealous. Oh, okay. But they do that because they have issues in their lives. They try to put it on us. Then they said, oh, before that, I didn't even tell you the good part. They said I was making up my husband and he wasn't real. Imagine that. Then come to find out they were making stories up about being married. It's just so weird how these women operate and what their logic is. And it's all because if you talk about a woman's behavior, even if they're wrong, you shouldn't say anything because you're a Black woman. And I'm like, I don't want us as Black women to be portrayed like this. So I'm going to speak against it. And there is no winning really in speaking against it because all you do is get attacked. People will go linked to the gates of hell. They would do everything but fix their damn life because they don't like what you're saying. So we've been through that. They've been trying to locate where my husband works, where I work. They tried to leave bad reviews on my website, and that didn't work. They've tried a lot of things to try to quote unquote destroy me. And they're still doing the same stuff to this day, and none of that stuff is affecting me at all. But that's how trifling these people are.
And what's the story behind your name?
I don't like hyenas. I don't like women who try to pretend like they're doing something special by being a Black woman. It's more to that. They're not even holding the name up. But when they start, like right now, there's a trend going around where these Black women are playing these pranks with roses. Now, roses is one of those sex toys that they use to play, do all that grown stuff. And they're playing with it, doing pranks, telling their kids, hey, I need the charger for my rose. That's disgusting. I don't know who woke up and said that activity was appropriate. But these women who act like kids do this type of behavior. And I don't agree with that. They say that Black women are over sexualized, but who's putting the sexuality into the children? There's little girls dancing. There was a video that went viral of little girls dancing to Sexy Red. Now there's another video of girls flipping middle fingers to Sexy Red. And they're 3 and 4 years old. That's what I don't like about these hyenas. They think that behavior is okay. They think it's cute, but then want to say it's Black men's fault, like they're not teaching their daughters this mess, or they're not doing this to their sons or teaching their sons this mess. To me, they're destroying the community. They're not helping it. They're destroying it. You can't blame Black men when we are the women who are their first teachers, who teach them the things that we teach them. So with everything that's going on with these narcissist men and stuff like that, they're creating the men that they claim they hate. And that's why I don't like hyenas, because to me, they're not helping the community, they're destroying it. And when you speak against it and you're trying to revive it back to where it should be, they don't like that.
Okay, now you've seen the hate that I have gotten over the Rhoda case, over just people being jealous of me. Now, just from your point of view, why do you think they're obsessed and they continue to attack me?
The majority of the time, people like that, they want everything that you earn on your own that naturally comes to you that they can't get themselves. They want to be able to speak and they want people to listen. They don't even really care what you're speaking about. They just want the attention that comes from it. And since they don't know what you do on a daily basis, they don't know your private life, they don't know anything about you. Everything that you do and display comes naturally to you because that's who you are. They don't know who they are, so they attack you for it. It's your fault they're not big. It's your fault they don't have 1 million subscribers. Everything is your fault. Everything is your fault, but the people who need to fix their own stuff. So they don't like you because you represent what they can't be. And that's their fault. First of all, they can't be you. They can only be themselves. And who they are, they don't like. So now you're the problem for liking yourself and being who you are naturally. That's why they hate on you.
Dang, girl, you need to write a book. I definitely agree. People agree with what you're saying, and you've seen the hate firsthand. Now, why do you think a man would allow a woman to control him enough to where he's spending his own money to try to take my username online?
It sounds like daddy issues,
Mm.
but it's a mixture of things. I would want to know, does that man have a father? Because would no man invest their time, especially not doing it for somebody who ain't their wife? Maybe if it was their wife, then yeah, that okay,
Nope,
I can kind of
not
get
married.
it. But
They're not married. They're
if
not
they
married at
not
all.
married and you just
He's
doing it,
married. He's married, but it's not his wife that told him to do it. Just somebody that doesn't like me.
Do he have a mama too?
Yeah, he has parents. Yep, he comes from parents that were married. Yes.
What kind of marriage was it? Because that's important too.
Well, I don't know them personally, but I'm saying if he's a married man, I don't even know if his wife even knows about his, activities. But if you being, matter of fact, you're being a wife, you're a wife right now. So if your husband was to have done this behind your back, what would you do as a wife if you found out that your husband paid money to try to take another woman's username?
That's grounds for divorce because you're taking money from our children's mouths for what?
Mm.
What has if you haven't done nothing to that individual, even if you have done something or said something to that individual to offend them, why that extreme? That's what I'm saying. Parenting roles, regardless if his parents were married or not, it's an important part. Who ran the household? How was it ran? Because any man with no some sense wouldn't even be involved in that. If they would hear something like that, they would automatically think it's catty. Ain't no straight man going to entertain that. It's barely other men from other communities that will entertain that mess as well. So there's something mentally off about that individual, in my
So,
opinion.
so let me ask you this: does it make it worse that the individual is a licensed therapist who teaches adolescents how to deal with bullies? Does that make this different with him being a bully himself?
It makes it worse because it makes you question, why did he obtain a license anyway? Did you
Mm,
obtain this license to victimize people?
dang. I didn't think of it that way. That's what it looks. That's what it looks like. But that's how bad it can get. And I've played videos from both perspectives, even men. It's a lot of these women keeping each other single because they are miserable and they're mad. And when you sit back and you think about it, you know, what person would have the energy to, harass and bother the same person they claim to hate for years? Is that normal behavior? We know it isn't. I'm sure DJ can tell me that right off the bat. DJ, is that normal behavior? If I say I don't like you, but I talk about you every chance I get, whether it's a meme or a subliminal or me resharing old stuff. What does that say about me? Saying that I don't like you, but I'm gonna keep talking about you. I mean, they clearly don't see the obsession. Their friends that are in their circle that might be, a licensed therapist, they're not telling them the truth. They're not hearing it from their family clearly because they wouldn't be doing it. But DJ, my question to you is, when someone is of age, just say 50, in their 50s, doing this type of behavior, like what does that say? Like when you're that old and you're still doing like these little immature things online. Why do you think someone at that age would still be doing this?
It's kind of like arrested development to me. Like, like it's you a bully. Like it's strange because it's like always the older people. It's so weird when older people, like you said, 50 and up and 60 and up. It's like how you a senior citizen and you a bully at the same time. Like that's so strange. It's weird. It don't make sense. And and kind of like anti hyena was saying, like, I don't have a husband, but if I did hypothetically have a husband and he's spending money on another woman or trying to steal another woman's stuff or like going so hard for another woman that's not me, that is grounds for a divorce because that's strange. Like, what is this, like a three-way? I don't know. It's just really weird, and it is strange when, like you said, it's somebody that's supposed to be working with children and they supposed to be this pillar of the community, but they also are bullying people or they doing the same thing that they trying to combat. I don't know. It's just it's weird. It's very strange to be a senior citizen bullied.
Then you said
Maybe it's because they were latchkey kids or something and they didn't get the attention they wanted. I
Man,
don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
yeah.
Maybe.
And the thing is, a lot of these women who don't like me, their kids like me. That's what makes it worse. Their kids, they absolutely love me. The kids know the message I'm trying to push. It's like the adults are not getting the message. Like for me to be doing this for 10 years, you guys, it's a big accomplishment for me. And DJ, does that make me a narcissist? Does that make me a narcissist because I'm proud of myself? It ain't like I praise myself every day, but 10 years. I mean, come on. I get called a narcissist for even celebrating my wins. Is that what narcissists do? Say thank God for 10 years of accountability?
Nah.
Like,
No, there's a lot of Black women who they praise and support low self-esteem.
Right.
You would get more support if you came in here and said, I'm a failure, I don't do work, you'll get views and reshares because those type of women are the narcissists because they feel like if you don't quote unquote humble yourself, you're not worth anything. And this is what they promote. But if you go in there and you love yourself and you proud of yourself, they don't like you. They don't like
Because I
you.
feel
Take
like
the female boxer, for example. I don't understand. They do not like that woman. That woman ain't never did nothing to them. And I just don't like her. It's just something about her. She's proud of herself.
yeah,
They don't,
oh wow, yeah,
they just talk
yeah,
about her unprovoked. She ain't talk
yeah,
about
yeah.
nobody. She ain't do nothing to nobody. And it's just something about her. You don't like that she loves herself. Okay. So you're going to
right,
become a narcissist because they can't feel that way about themselves. So you
right.
got to
And I
feel like you got to have low self-esteem too, because we all have low self-esteem. So you have to have
Right.
it too.
Yep. That's exactly what I was gonna say, Anti. I was gonna say that they can more so see themselves in the misery versus the happiness. So that's why they want everybody to be like they say, misery love company. They want everybody to be on their same page because that's only where they can see themselves. They ain't got to the
Yep.
healed part, the confident part, the I love myself no matter what part. So they don't want nobody else to be there.
That's kind of like what that woman said. She said that a lot of the women that are out here throwing out that word, you're a narcissist, you're a fraud. They're basically saying, guys, I'm talking about me, but I'm going to use Daphne as a scapegoat. That's all I am.
Yep.
Because people that have known me for 10 years, well, let's go back. Like I had someone tell me when I heard these rumors about you and these lies saying that you're a predator, that you stalk children, all because I'm getting children taken away, they try to flip the narrative. He told me, he said, I went back and it seems like all the lies started in 2023. And I'm like, yeah, that's from Rhoda. So before 2023, there was never any mention of me being a fraud or me being a scammer. So it just tells you that in 8 of those 10 years, I had a clean record. No one ever called me a narcissist. No one ever. Now, did they talk about my mother? Yes, you guys. You know what? Now that I got y'all on the panel, I think I've already asked I asked you this already. Dr. Still, I don't know if I asked you, but before I get into this question, Dot again. Who are you? Dot again. Can you unmute, please?
Hey,
Yeah.
Daphne, what's going on? Oh, my
Hi.
bad.
Dot again. That's a unique name. Did you want to say something?
Well, I mean, just make it. And I was here earlier. I just came from Bible study, but I did want to say, and great, and you must have a fan. I don't want to sound like a groupie. I'm an admirer of yours because your posts come up on. I be at work and I be like, Daphne. First of all, I don't know why these women like put themselves in the guillotine and how you find some of these comments, but you have me cracking up laughing. But I think one of the things, like it's almost like somebody said a minute ago, you're like winning too much. When you look at sports, a lot of stuff is cute in the beginning. Like Serena Williams, when she would win one or two tournaments, it was like, oh, this girl is great. She's go, but it's like when she started winning a lot, it almost became like, man, there she go again winning. You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like as humans, we're conditioned to not want to see people ascend to greater levels. And when it comes to you, I've read a post I think last year before I got off social media, and you put up how people don't see the days you spend crying yourself to sleep or just going through like different things because of the vitriol, and it's almost like people don't want to see greatness in others because they don't see it in themselves. They don't want to see you celebrating yourself because they don't celebrate themselves. They don't want to see you doing good, getting praised. Because it's almost like not that they hate themselves, it's just that they haven't ever been told they're accomplishing something. So when they see somebody accomplishing something else, it's almost like, man, look at this person again. And you could be doing nothing wrong. And I think a lot of women, it's not all women. I'm purposing, but what I'm saying is not all black women. It's not even all women. It's just that the women you run into and encounter that hate you for some reason, they don't hate you because you're wrong. They hate you because they know you're right and they don't want to accept the fact that you're right because it goes against everything they believe in.
Mm,
So
mm.
it's always weird to me when I see the negativity, not just from you, but from like I said, the I don't want to mention any other content creators on your page. I don't want to disrespect you like that, but I see a few of them, and it's like, dang, why is that going after these women? The entire sisterhood, like Lizzo lost weight, they mad at Lizzo. You know what I'm saying? Like certain women want to do things differently, and if it comes with a little bit of just doing work, just changing, like smiling at men. But you want a man, smile at him, walk up to him. Like it comes, well, girl, I wouldn't do that. Okay, you're gonna be in the same state you're in, and when somebody tells you something different than what you're conditioned to believe in, you're the problem. So I don't get it, but I like what you're doing. I'm just gonna mute myself. I don't want to just ramble on, but that's what I wanted to say right quick.
No, I appreciate you with that, and shout out to you for supporting me. People say that all the time. I didn't know a lot about Threads. I only had like 2,300 followers on Threads. I thought Threads was like weak. The only thing I don't like about Threads is that every day the same person is beating cancer, or they just got a job, or they just lost a job. They do a lot of lying. There was a woman on Threads who posted herself in the hospital. It was altered, the image. I ran it through a search, and it said that the image was digitally altered. Right, I found the actual picture she was that she took it from and tried to fuse her face into it, but she put that she was going through cancer, and that if someone can send her a cash app to pay for medicine. So I'm just positive that out of 17,000 likes, I can say at least 5 people, and I think that's being nice, sent this woman a cash app. Would you agree with that, y'all panel? So, and when
I
I
would.
and what happened was, I Threads is different. So I posted where she got the image, and of course she blocked me and tried to hide the comment, but the comment I already got exposed. And women were telling me that I was a snitch and then I was gonna die, and but they didn't realize that I just exposed someone that was using people. Like someone could have gave that woman their last. That could have went to something else. So I know women hate when I expose their scams, but it's not right. And then since then, I went from the 2,300 all the way up to 23,000. So I know that on Threads, I am one of the top pages that trend. And I'm not calling anybody bitches. I'm not calling anybody, ugly. I'm not calling them fat. I say high calorie. Now, you mentioned Lizzo, dot again. And I think it's great that Lizzo lost weight. I was one of the main pages saying that she would lose weight. something's going to happen and she's going to have to lose weight. I said that a few years ago. And shout out to people who remember the things that I put out there. Because when I said that, the sisterhood said, you are jealous. You'll never make money like her. She looks better than you. Your husband, she can have your husband. And you know, the things the sisterhoods that they say. And then what ended up happening? Lizzo was being looked at for verbal abuse on her dancers, actually body shaming her dancers, right? And then what happened? The weight started to fall off. I can predict these things, just like Dank Demos. She's going to have to lose weight soon, or she's going to have a medical emergency. I'm not trying to put negativity out there, but one thing I don't like about the sisterhood, they will take obesity and turn it into body positivity, and it's not. Being obese is not a great thing. It's not something you should be proud of, because being obese comes with diseases, cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, heart failure. These are things that come from being obese. But these Black women, yes, bitch, you look good, bitch, yeah, you look good, Kiki. I know you fucking like. This is just the loud ghetto hyena jargon, right? And they will support other women who are extremely high calorie. But then when you say, no, come on, sis, I want to see you live. I want to see you make it. Then it's, you ugly. That's why your mom ain't here. Your mom did. And that's what I noticed with a lot of Black women. Whenever I would say something to them, they will try to correlate that with my deceased mother. That's a lot of the things that they do. And for 8 years, I was able to accept that women will attack my mother because they don't want to be held to the light. But then it got too much. And even I had a moment where I made a mistake. So when the sisterhood, when they asked me, do I hate Black women? No, I absolutely love my people. I just hate to see them going down a road that won't lead to a positive ending. Black women, you guys got to do better. You are bitter. You are angry. You are ugly on the inside and the outside. Just pure ugly. And you will never, ever get a husband, be respected, be valued, listening to other losers tell you that this is the way to go. The advice that I give women is because I went through it. So when I had therapists telling me that I'm a bargain bin life coach, that was okay with me. I did better speaking to life coaches than I did therapists, because those life coaches went through the shit. They knew what it was like. And I had the sisterhood even lie on me and tell a judge she's off her medications. She told everybody on her show that she was on meds. Just twisting stories around to make it seem like I was crazy. And the judge said, this ain't no criminal case. So no, I won't have her committed. Yet like that actually made the judge think that she was the crazy one to even say that. How dumb can you be? But they don't have logic. They think like third graders. And it's sad. Matter of fact, I can't even give them that much credit, because I know a lot of smart third graders. But what I'm saying is they will go that low to try to make it seem like you're crazy. Just because you said that one day in your life you had a nervous breakdown and it landed you in a hospital. They take that and say, oh, she was on meds, you know? And that's why men do not open up to you idiots, because all you will do is weaponize what they're telling you. Black women, y'all got to do better. There are some days where I sit back and I do say, wow, these Black women don't want to change. Y'all will sit your asses up on this internet and say that Black men are disrespecting us. I'm here to tell you that's a lie. I know you fucking lying, like y'all be saying on this internet, sounding like some loud ghetto hyenas. No class. If you look at the way I clap back at people, I don't have to say you're a B. I don't have to say that you're a hoe. I say 304. I say high calorie, but I'm very professional with my responses. Back in the day, that was different. That's why I was always losing my channels and all that, because I didn't know how to contain myself. But one thing about women, they react without thinking. And I'm going to say some. For instance, we saw Cardi B come out of court, and when they asked her about potentially being pregnant, she took a pen and threw it at the guy. That's assault. She did that right at the courthouse with cops present. Did they take her to jail? No. The sisterhood gets away with that shit. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. I just got mad. But if Chris Brown walked out of court and a woman said, hey, Chris, would you ever fight Rihanna again one-on-one? And he took a pen and threw it at her, I guarantee you Chris would be in jail and he would be trending as an abuser, right? Because he can't do that. But Cardi B can throw pins and throw chairs and threaten to kill women, call them roaches, and get Disney deals. I drugged and abused men. Yeah, when my boyfriend cheated on me, I drugged him up real good and had a tranny assault him, and she gets a Disney deal. We watched Shakari, however the hell you say her name. I don't like her. I was rooting for that young lady when she got her ass dusted by the Jamaicans because she got humbled. She was too loud. And I'm gonna win again. And then when her mom passed, the sisterhood gave her an excuse for smoking weed. No, you don't get to make those excuses. You have your grandmother. I know what it's like to lose a mother, and I didn't turn to weed. That's an excuse. And that's why you got held accountable. We got to stop making excuses for women that know right from wrong. And then we saw Shakari, or however you say her name, we saw her in the airport assault her boyfriend. Pushed him, shoved him with those sharp claws, got in his personal space, forced him to go one way. A man would never get away with that. And what was her punishment? Nike released her shoe. Do y'all see what I'm trying to say to y'all today? The sisterhood gets away with abuse, attacking people, and they're never held accountable. And these black women will say, well, because she lost her mom. We're past that. You can't keep using it as an excuse when she has her grandmother. I lost my mother and grandmother younger than she is today. And I didn't act like a damn fool. It's a choice to act like a damn fool. We have to stop making excuses for these women who know right from wrong. That's why when my mother was being attacked by the sisterhood, I had people that love me and support me sending me ammunition. Hey, did you know her daughter looked like this? Her son looked like this? Her family member looked like this? They all look a mess. I can just give me the green light. I'm okay. I don't fight fire with fire. I fight their fire with facts because they know if I did go lower than them, they would probably delete their social media. I could have been that monster, but that's not me. And typically, whenever you talk about someone's deceased loved ones, that means that everything is off the table. You can't sit there and say that kids are off limits when you're talking about someone's deceased family. Y'all know how it is on the streets. It's the same online. There's no grace when you talk about someone's family that's no longer on this earth. But if your kids are on this earth, they will be right in the fire. They will get clowned. They will get roasted. And my advice to you women, if you know your kids are not, how can I put it? If you know your kids need filters and makeup and they need additives, and you should stop talking about people because there are people that don't care and they will hurt your kids' feelings because of your mistakes. That's why I said that your kid's life depends on how you treat people. That's a true statement, but a lot of people, it goes over their head. How you act online is a reflection of how your kids are going to be when they get older. And remember what you do, it can be sent to them. How would you like it if your kid is seeing their grown ass, old ass parents acting like fools online? It's really sad, guys. You got women out there that can't wait for me to make a post so that they can talk about it. And when I do get fan mail or emails, they go as far as to say, oh, she wrote herself. Well, wouldn't I be doing that more than once? I would be doing that every week if it was that easy, that fun. But they can't stand it that there are young kids who look up to me, guys. Do I ask for that? No. Y'all know my slogan, 18 and up. But I can never stop a child from listening to me. I can't. They're going to do what they want. Make sure you're muted, honey. Miracle. So that's what I deal with. They cannot fathom kids looking up to me because they're so jealous. It's these women will go as far as trying to hurt you or have you hurt. It's serious out here. And it's really sad. I tell people that this type of thing that I do, it's not easy. But there are other content creators who've gone through it. Like even Tariq Nasheed is one that's being harassed by a man. And nobody on his page is telling this man, you talk about this guy every day. Do you love him? You want to date him? But where I'm from, if you don't mess with someone, if you don't like someone, you don't even give them your energy. But the sisterhood will say it and then do something opposite of what they're saying. Whenever I'm on threads and I say something they don't like, I'm called a pick me ass bitch. That is one of the main names that I'm called, a pick me. If I had $1 for every time I was called a pick me, I'd be with Warren Buffett right now. That's their only comeback. Pick me ass bitch. And they feel good when they said, yes, I got her. No, you didn't. How is me standing up for men or standing up for truth? How does that make me a pick me? If I'm already picked. They know I have
Exactly.
and the guys, when I
Good question.
bring that, go ahead.
I was just
I would say that's a good
everybody got to be
question.
picked. Like everybody has to be picked. Like nobody can just wake up and be like, man. Like the last person who did that was Adam from the Bible. He woke up married. Everybody else, you got to be picked. That's the way it works.
Yeah. And these women want to be picked, but they want to be evil at the same time. And you can't have both. Like there was a woman that said men are scary. Like stupid stuff like that makes me want to just jump through the internet and just give them a little slap and tell them, wake up. Men are scary. These women act like you can't even sneeze without a man trying to hurt you. I've been living out here in Illinois for over 12 years. And only 2 bad things have almost happened to me. Just 2. And I think that's pretty damn good because at one point I was living in murder capital where you can actually hear people getting shot. When I first came out here, we lived in the hood. And I'm never ashamed to say that. I was living in Inglewood off of 71st. And people that lives in Illinois, they know where that's at. That's killer capital where we were at.
I do.
Okay. I heard someone get shot. And this is how it happened. Pow, pow. 2 seconds later, you heard, ouch. I said, I can't live here. This ain't for me. I said, this ain't for me. And
Well,
told my
hot
husband, look,
damn.
I know this is.
Well, that was OTF in them. That was
He
Vaughn in
said,
them.
ouch. Who says ouch after getting shot?
Being a chick,
You would have heard me screaming for glory,
Somebody who
It's
been
like,
shot before, Daphne.
well, yeah, he had to have gotten
that's
shot
probably not his
before
first
then.
time being shot.
Ouch. I was like, no. He said, not Inglewood. Let me tell y'all, I almost
People
got
say ouch
arrested.
when they get pinched.
I
Shit.
almost got arrested in playing around, trying to act like I was a part of the crew, because I was going for criminal justice. Like I tell y'all this because I know what it's like. So when we finally moved into a beautiful neighborhood, we worked hard to get there. And when people say I'm a pick me, I have a husband. I've been picked for 15 years, something that they never understand because they're not picked. So when they can't win with that, the next thing is he's cheating on you. Women want to be right so bad against other women that they hate. And that's okay. I know what I got. My husband knows what he has as well. And I always give my husband credit because that's a good man that I got. I love that man. And he's the leader. He's the head of our household. And like I said, if he was to tell me to wrap it up, no more queen of accountability, I would shut everything down. As quick as he's saying it, it would be shut down. There would be no question. I don't live off of this internet stuff because I do more outside of the internet than I do on it. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So this online stuff is temporary until my husband tells me to wrap it up. And there's been times where he said, you know what? I think 10 years is good, but people don't realize the good that I do. They don't realize it because I guess I don't praise myself enough like a narcissist, right? But understand that people go into these groups now scared because they don't know if I'm in there and they don't know if someone's going to send me something that they said and I'm going to verify it. I honestly think over the last like 5 or 6 years, I have caused enough fear in people to not want to lie. And then when they see what happens to Rhoda, that is going to set the precedence for the next woman. I'm telling you guys, it's a scam what they're doing. It's so easy to get on this internet as a woman and say, listen to me when I say this. You guys, I just lost my apartment. I have 2 kids, you guys. Please help me, please. That was all fake. You see how easy I just did that? That's how easy it is. And what do women say? Oh my gosh. Okay, how much do you need? What's your cash app? Right? That's how they do it. But then when I come into the scene, where did this happen? Where did this? You see, you hate Black women. You don't know because I hate liars. And it's not even I hate them. I hate that they lied. See, women know that that's the blueprint. Shed a few tears, let your lash fall off a little bit, and these women will reach deep down in their pockets. And then when another woman calls it out as a scam, they attack that woman. And then when it comes out that that woman was telling the truth, oh, okay, that's just one off. They will never say, I'm sorry. If you guys remember, what's that Conscious Lee? First of all, if anybody knows who the Conscious Lee is or whatever you say his name, he has the dreads. I heard that he has a white wife. I don't know if that's true. I don't follow him. He blocked me. But Conscious Lee was one of the guys that talked about me. He said I was a fraud. He said that Rhoda wasn't going to get in any trouble. He said that I am going against a Black woman who was assaulted and that I'm a wannabe celebrity. That's what he said. So when that detective video came out and he told the news that Rhoda lied, we looked at the video and saw the truth. He then doubles down a tad bit and says, oh yeah, well, sometimes we get it wrong. But he never said he was sorry to me. He's a joke. He's a clown. And he blocked me too. The sisterhood is all about trying to destroy an image or a reputation of someone who's doing the right thing. And the first thing that they will attack is your looks. And I've had people Photoshop photos of me to make it appear as though I'm not attractive. And I was called a monkey by my own race. So when they ask me how come I don't go for the Karens and the Kens, because it's the Keishas and the Quavons that are coming at me. It's not the Karens. It's the Keishas. And what does my looks have to do with anything I'm saying? They want you guys to see it from their lens of hate, that I'm not doing a service to people. And if I talk about the good things I'm doing, I'm a narcissist. If I don't talk about it, I'm a liar. I'm making it up. I need you guys to understand that Facebook, they've changed a lot. If anybody has ever been on a 30-day ban, you know how pathetic Facebook can be. I've seen nudity on Facebook that didn't get reported. But
I
I've
have too.
lost, yes, I've been on bans for 30 days for just saying that somebody was bitter, because it's called bullying and harassment. So Facebook has this new rule. If I'm in a private group and someone says, I hate Black men, and I take that post and I post it publicly on my Facebook and I don't cover that person's name, what do you guys think they're going to do to that person? Are you guys going to honestly tell me that no one's going to inbox her or go to her page and start harassing her? They're just going to look at her page and say, oh, that's her. Okay, moving on. No, it's going to cause people to harass and bully her. And then guess who will be in court for breach of contract? Me. I didn't know that Facebook implemented that, but I've already been covering names. When you're in a private group, it's private for a reason. So when you are using a post out of that group and you don't cover the names, you're opening up the door for that person to be bullied and harassed. And let's say that they go and they take their lives. Guess who's going to be in trouble for that? Me. So do you think my followers are going to come to jail with me? No. Oh, Daphne, we're sorry that happened. No, there won't be no I'm sorry, because I'm not going to do it. So when people ask me why I cover names from things I get out of these private groups, that is why. Only certain admins give me permission where they don't mind, as long as I don't disclose the group and who the person is. We're private for a reason. Now, if they're private and searchable, that's different. But if they're private and they're not searchable, I cannot legally do that, or my ass will be in court. And when you've been in court over 150 times in the last 2 years, you're not trying to go in there. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So I need people to understand that there are rules to this, and you have to honor them. Even Instagram is weak. The only place where you can get away with everything with nudity and all that is Twitter, to be honest. Twitter, they let you bust it open. You can call somebody a monkey. You can call somebody the N-word, and your page will be there. But if you say the C word, coon, you will lose your Twitter. I almost lost my Twitter for saying that word. But you'll see booty all day on there. But don't say that word on Twitter. You'll lose your channel. You can say the N-word on there, but you can't say coon. So there are certain things that will get you shut down permanently. I almost lost my Twitter, and that was the first time ever in over a decade. So I need y'all to understand that the social media is not like a free zone. If you violate rules, you can be in trouble legally. And nobody wants that type of problem. So guys, it is backwards. Dr. Steele, you're right, it is. But that's how petty they are. I remember on Facebook when I first started doing the accountability, I used to show people's addresses. Y'all, I was ruthless. Can someone mute? I hear dishes or something. I did that. So I need y'all to understand that when it comes to posting, you have to be careful. People can take you to court for bullying and harassment. There's a thing. If they post it privately, they meant for that to be private. Me covering their name protects me. I often sometimes don't cover their picture if it's like a Google image they used or a picture of them. The picture is always public knowledge. Whether you're in a private group or not, your picture is visible to the world. But if you're in a private group under your name, I can't take that out and show people the name. People will rarely know who it is by the picture. So all I'm saying, guys, is I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing for 10 years until my husband tells me it's time. I don't know when that is, but there's been talk because this is a lot of work. And one thing I learned with this whole thing is when I started going through my problems with someone trying to steal my username, I didn't have a lot of people in my corner. The people that are around me are only there for the successes. They're not there for the failures. I don't need people like that in my life. When you hear that I'm being attacked by a Black man who paid $250 plus attorney's fees to steal something that's been mine for 3 years, even getting an inbox saying keep your head up is good enough for me. But there's a lot of people that didn't want to touch it. But they didn't mind knowing any updates about Rhoda. It shouldn't be like that, you guys. That's why my circle is now very small. I'm never going to be liked by everybody, and that's okay. But I want people to understand that I'm out here doing a lot of good, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. These Black women, you guys are miserable. Kelly Price wasn't just saying it to say it. You guys are disgusting. She's right. You guys are crazy. Y'all would do all of this and act like you guys are doing a service when you're not. When are you guys going to wake up and say, you know what? I am the problem. Some of you guys are too damn old to be doing it. And for me to be younger than a lot of my haters, I have to teach them how to be women. Because clearly their mothers didn't teach them. And my mom didn't even live that long. And I know how to be a woman. She gave me enough. And there are times where we make mistakes. And when I'm telling women that they're loud and bitter, I was once that loud and bitter, ugly individual. Ugly, nasty. Almost got myself killed with my big ass mouth. Didn't know the dude had a blade in his basketball shorts. But can you imagine if the guy Charles did not stop me and tell me? And I just went walking out of the court, la 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 la, like it's a new day, and bam, the dude slices my throat. He was mad. I embarrassed this dude by making him fall and told him to get up, bitch. All I did was talk. That's my First Amendment right. But that First Amendment right almost got my throat slit. So I'm trying to teach these women, you gotta be careful how you talk to people and how you treat people. Because a lot of them are not gonna let you just do it. And I always tell women, if you're going to go low and talk about someone's family members that are not living, these crazy people, they're gonna assume you wanna meet them. That's not a good thing. Because in the streets, y'all know how it used to be and it still is. We've heard rappers get checked for making fun of someone else's deceased family members. And they weren't afraid to threaten to kill these people on these shows. So what do you think happens to these keyboard warriors that do it? So when people ask me why I had a warrant because I was defending my mother. I will never let anyone, and to this day, they won't do it again. They won't say her name today. I think they learned their lesson on that one. They might make subliminals, little bullshit memes, but they not gonna say her name. Because they know now. You don't do that. What you put out, you get back tenfold. So you got to be careful what you're putting out there. I don't need to talk about someone's deceased loved ones to win an argument. I've already won once you go that low. I've already won. But the sisterhood will take you there. So to any man that is dealing with a woman that is batshit crazy, document, record. That is my advice. That is how I help people win their child support cases. All the advice I've given these men and women over the years, I've saved them thousands of dollars. Y'all don't even understand. There was a woman that reached out to me and said that a black man scammed her in Texas. Last year, when I was going through my legal issues, I was able to put a contract together. I told the dude, if you don't pay this woman and her husband their money, I'm going to make this go viral and your business won't stand. Do y'all think he paid the money? He paid them in full. After 2 years of going ghost, I tracked him down for her. I did that for free. When I called him and said his name, it's like he thought God was calling him. He was terrified. How did she get my number? Yeah. You ghosted them for 2 years. You owe them. This woman just had a baby. You're going to pay. You got to do the right thing. I said, I don't want to see you going to court and having to pay double. I got this man to agree to the contract, and he paid that woman and her husband their money in full. And you know what? He actually told me thank you for holding him accountable because he knew he was wrong. It was either that or I was going to call his dad. See, but people won't give me credit on that. And that's fine. But these are things that I do for people because it's the right thing. And when I told him you could be in court paying more, he saw the picture and said, you know what? Can you get him on the phone? I sure can. So guys, even when I'm going through my time, helping other people makes me feel better. And I always talk about my mother because I came from a strong, Black, beautiful woman who did not take any shit. And when I learned at her funeral the impact she had with when she was in their presence, how she made everybody else feel. And even when my mother was sick, she was still out there telling people to do right, get your life right, even while she was sick. That's a soldier right there. I had some wonderful memories with my beautiful mother. So if anybody ever said anything, I'm always going to stand 10 toes down on the woman who raised me. Because I almost didn't make it. So I come from a beautiful, strong, powerful woman who, if she didn't testify, the man who not only took her life, he took several other mothers and fathers too. He wouldn't be on death row. So the sisterhood knows that that's my soft spot, and they always attack because they are worthless individuals. And that's cool. But I need y'all to understand that if you're trying to do the right thing, don't be afraid to do it. It will come with some attacks. But most likely, they're just keyboard warriors. They're not going to do shit in person. I can promise you that. Everything they do is internet-based only because it makes them feel superior. But if you were to see them going outside to check the mail, they'll probably turn ghostly white out of fear because they won't do any of the things that they're saying. That's why you got to teach these young ladies now, mothers, not to do that stuff online because a lot of these people will pull up. Like Kelly Price said, you don't know who they know, but you won't hear doing all this talking. You don't know who they know. You got to be careful. It isn't like it used to be, guys. People will roll up. They will and say, what were you saying? Police, 911. Oh, that's what I thought you were saying. That's what they do, guys. The sisterhood is a game, and it's a scam, and I would not even give them any of your attention if it's not worth it. But they will continue to travel in packs, to do dirt, to hurt people because it makes them feel good. How can stealing someone's name make you sleep good at night? I would never do that to somebody. I'm not known for stealing somebody's work. If someone has like a video that you send me and it didn't come from your channel and it's not your work, I'm putting my name on it. Don't send it to me. Duh. Keep it. Send it somewhere else. Don't send me nothing. Anyone that comes into my circle and tells me they want to be a part of my team, I'm good. You can support me from the outside. I don't need you coming in. No one else will ever get that close to me. If people are there now, those are the people that are going to be there now. I don't trust women like I trust men. I trust men over women. That's just me being honest. Men have never really did that pillow talk crazy stuff. Men are more They'll listen. Okay, what about the men that I know, that is. They don't do the catty behavior. And the men that I know, they would never let another woman tell them to do something that can get them in trouble or cost them their livelihood. I always bring up how my name is being stolen because you can literally go to my Instagram and see that I've been using the Queen of Accountability for a little while. I have over 1,000 posts backing that up. So for a Black man to say that he was using it first, but can't tell them what date he was using it. Do y'all realize how that makes me feel? When that same Black man was saying it over and over again on his panel. And now all of a sudden you think you deserve it? They want my name so that they can trash me. They want to be able to do videos saying that I'm a fraud and using that name because that name is going to get them attention when they use it as a tag. That's how calculated my people are. Martin Luther King didn't die for us to be treating each other like this. This is really bad. Not knowing that if we all band together, we can make this easier where we can all eat. But they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. They are pathetic individuals, you guys. The sisterhood is not just all women. You got a few men that are weak with no backbone that will throw away their livelihood. When you are a professional, it's like a doctor trying to steal someone's credentials or trying to steal someone's work. I wouldn't trust that doctor on me. So when you hear that a person that's supposed to be working with kids, helping kids that deal with bullies, and yet this person is a bully online, how does that work? I'm teaching you how to deal with them because I'm one. I mean, guys, what are we doing? What are we doing? Y'all don't have to like me. That's fine. But you're going to see me. You're going to see me online. 10 years. I'm not trying to be like anybody. Shout out to those pages who just started. I've been doing this longer than y'all. I don't care how many subscribers you have. Those dates don't lie. Some of this, and then some of these pages will never reach 25 million views. Call me when one of your videos is at 25 million views. Because that's the most views I've ever had in my life on one video. And I didn't have to shake my ass. I didn't have to call somebody a fake. I didn't have to make up a story. I just brought awareness to men who go to jail for shit that women do. 25.2 million views to be exact. That's just on one video. If you add all my views together, they would never catch me. So I don't care how many subs they got on YouTube. Good for you. Show me one video where they're at 25 million and then we can talk. I guarantee you won't find it. I guarantee you. I didn't have to lie to get those numbers. I'm good. On my YouTube, the most viewed video was a short. I had posted a short of Iman Sumter being checked by his daughter. I think that's at 530,000 views, 500,000. That's the most views I have. So all your favorite podcast people, let me know when one of their videos reach 500,000 views. And I can reshare it for you guys if you need to see it. So I'm not in no competition with y'all. Some of my stuff you'll never touch. And a lot of these content creators, their views are based on celebrity gossip. I talk about a lot of things that matter. I don't need to talk about stuff that you can see on 50 other YouTube pages. People don't want to talk about domestic violence in men. They don't want to talk about the sisterhood because they won't get the same views. I don't care if there was only 5 people listening to me today. You're going to hear what I got to say. Y'all don't got to like me. You're going to really hate me because there's a few women that I just caught in some scams and it's about to hit the news real soon. Y'all really going to hate me. And I don't care. I'm not here to be your friend. I'm not here to look the other way. I'm not here to say I hate Black men. You'll never get that out of me. I'm here to try to bring back shame. Shame needs to be brought back. Back in the day, our grandmothers would say, you look like a hooker. Go back upstairs and change your clothes. Y'all know it. Our grandmothers would pull out a tissue and wipe off our lipstick if we had too much on. They shamed us. And what did it do? It changed us. It made us redirect what we were doing. We don't have shame anymore. Y'all over here glorifying women sleeping around, glorifying women getting men locked up for years for some shit they didn't do. This is what you guys are doing. This is the norm. Not for me. I don't care if I don't go viral every time. I'm not trying to be like nobody. I went viral in many years. And that's not even, guys, I was going viral when you weren't getting paid for it. So why the hell would I care about it now? Some of these people making up these fake stories. He took me to IHOP and I was sleeping with his brother's brother. 8,000 shares. The most shared thing on my page, I believe it was a Cardi B post where I talked about how people don't hold her accountable like they do Chris Brown. I believe that's at 252,000 shares. Let me know when your favorite creator on Facebook reaches that many shares. Then we can talk. I can name one of my most viewed or looked at videos on each one of my platforms, and none of your favorites ever hit that. On Twitter, one of my most viewed videos was the one of the girl grabbing the guy's butt. I think it's at 15 million views. So on each one of my platforms, I hit big numbers, bigger numbers than these pages they always say that I try to be like. No, I'm only me. I ain't trying to be like none of y'all. I've been doing this. You guys just need a reason to hate me. These watered down text receipts and stories, they got it from me. I was the blueprint. Now that you can get paid on Facebook, these women are lying to get paid. That's what they're doing. And y'all fall right into the trap. But you don't see me going online posting their stuff every day. Look, guys, because once I found out it was a lie, I stopped talking about it. Y'all can keep entertaining it. But let me tell y'all gonna be some bitter, miserable women. I actually have a picture for you guys. I think about this every day. This is gonna be a lot of you women. This gonna be a lot of y'all, just like this picture. Single with a bunch of cats. Meow, meow. Those gonna be your kings. Them
The
cats.
good old cat lady.
Good old cat lady. This is a picture I think about when these women say, I hate the queen of accountability. That's her. That's what she's saying in the picture. This is gonna be your life. Dogs, whatever you have, that's gonna be your life. If you keep letting these women tell you what to do, come on. And you know what's crazy? There are some beautiful women who have beautiful spirits, but they're allowing other women to make them ugly, to make them not desirable to other men, to make them nobody wants to be around them. And they don't even realize it. You'll notice that the sisterhood, nobody is accomplishing anything. They're not selling anything. Nothing's doing well. They have really itty bitty pages where they have to buy their support. When you got to go all the way out like that, I already know that you're not doing well. You'll notice that they have like any video they do about hating on someone, it does okay. But then when they post something about the world, 30 views. That's how you know someone's buying in line. That's all they're going to keep doing because it makes them feel good. But everything that they've said about me, they try to destroy me. I was called everything from predator to a fraud, but my numbers are still rising because people did their research and they know that's not what I do. If I'm a fraud and a scammer and I'm a criminal, please show me my criminal record because I looked up my record and I don't see nothing. Maybe I missed something, but that ain't me. There's been times where I might have stepped out of myself for my family, but guys, we're all human. We're human. People are not just going to let you continue to talk, but you'll notice how subliminals are their best friend. They will make a subliminal, but they're not going to say exactly who it's to. That should tell you there already that they're not going to do nothing but talk. So if anybody's listening to this that doesn't like me, I know you're taking notes. I know you're recording this, looking for a way to flip the narrative. Go heal. Go heal. Because you won't stop me. If anybody listens to my song, the song that I play in my intro, no matter how hard you try, you can't stop me. They can't. They can't stop me. Every time they see me trending somewhere, they get mad. How can I ruin Daphne's life today? Let me see what I can do. Let me call her a fraud again. Hey guys, she's a fraud. And their followers are getting sick of their shit. Same shit, different day. Oh, they're resharing something old again. Oh, they ain't got nothing new to talk about. Right. Let that sink in. They have nothing new to talk about. So clearly, I'm not lying about what I'm saying. If you guys have both your parents, hug them. You guys just saw my friend that was on my show, and he lost one of his parents. I need you guys to lift my friend Daquan in your prayers. I know what it's like to lose a parent. And let me tell you guys, anyone that's lost a parent that you were close to, that feeling never goes away. It will never go away. Because you only get one mom, you get one dad. That's all you get. So these women that hate me and keep using that, they clearly must have their parents that are living. They will go through what I've went through. Or maybe they won't. Maybe they'll go before their parents. It all depends on life, right? But you got to be careful what you're putting out there. If anybody remembers the show I did last year, a year ago, my friend Angenika, my friend who passed away from breast cancer in February. Life of the party. If you guys remember her, beautiful woman. Beautiful woman. I still have one of her videos I wanted to play, and I wanted to say something on that real quick. Let me see if I still have. I do. Here it is.
So many times we go through life walking on eggshells, waiting to die. This is a message to you to say it's never too late to start living. If you walked into a room and they told you were going to have a year to live, you start living. Take this as that message. Start living today. Live your way. And that's it. Just live your life.
Y'all, that was my friend Angie. Someone that I met on social media who lived here in Chicago, who passed away. And if anybody remember the show I did, I asked her, do people hate on you? She said that she had received so much hate from Black women, the sisterhood. They told her, how do you have cancer but you're not skinny? How do you have cancer and you have titties and ass? How do you have cancer and you still look beautiful? Listen to how that sounds. This is what they were asking my friend. And when she passed away, the sisterhood, people that don't like me, who knew that this woman was a supporter of me and against the sisterhood, they went and put her death notice out before her family did. How disgusting can you be? You're a dirty, nasty bitch for doing some stuff like that. They went out there and did that all over the internet. That right there made me want to throw up. I actually think I did throw up because you announced it before the family, because they went on her Instagram and went into her comments and was looking at rip. So they ran right to social media and said, oh, she's dead. But they never talked about her when she was alive. Never did a breast cancer post. And when people sent that to me, I almost lost it. And I would have definitely went to jail. I was angry. How dare you? But that's how the sisterhood is. They even mocked the tribute that I did for her to get me upset. They even contacted her family and told them that I was dangerous. Listen to what I'm saying, you guys. Not knowing that the family already went through her phone and saw how much I loved Angie. Loved that woman. We were planning a show to go at Kendra G, because Kendra G has some words for my friend. And look at Kendra G suffering. Her dude was a scammer. So we were planning this together, and she passed before we can do the show. Angie, y'all, she was full of life. She was. Even though she knew that she was dying, she did it her way. She taught me a lot, that you don't have to entertain every party you're invited to. Y'all feel what I'm saying today? Because when you go to someone's viewing and you see them laying in a casket, that's always been a fear of mine. I don't do well at cemeteries and all that stuff, but I did it for her because I loved her. And when I saw how many people showed up for the viewing, all I saw was AKs and pockets. Y'all, they were ready for war. So I made sure I was in and out because I wasn't ready to die that night. But they were ready. So when they see that people are mocking their loved one who was loved by a lot of people, you also have to beg them not to do something that isn't smart, right? I'm even protecting my adversaries while they're out here trying to destroy me. You got to be careful who you're talking about. You don't know who they know. That's what Kelly Price was saying. And for people to say that I didn't care about her and that it was fake friendship, that's fine. They don't know who I was, but her family does. Because when I called that phone, they picked up. They knew who I was. They saw our interactions. I'm genuine. I'm not just the queen of accountability. I'm Daphne, guys. That's just a username. That's all it is. That woman, I don't know if I could do like she did. If someone said you had this many months to live, I'll speed it up out of stress. Ain't gonna be doing no the WAP and all that happiness. She did. She did it her way. You never know when it's your time. That's why you got to spend it treating people right. What I'm doing online is called tough love. I don't think I'm above anyone. I don't think I'm God. And I don't ever want to be compared to him because we're not the same. I'm a sinner. I break rules. I don't listen sometimes. I'm not perfect. But what I know is that right is right and wrong is wrong. I can't let people destroy our Black men when they already have targets on their back. So if me standing up for a man who's being attacked is me being a panderer or a pick-me-ass bitch, I'll take that title because I know the truth about who I am. But this sisterhood, this gang of women who is obsessed with destroying people's lives, you guys are going to destroy the wrong person. And you're just going to land your ass in jail. And you're going to be in there for a long time. Even if I have to see to it. My only advice will be for you to just leave me the fuck alone. Leave me alone. If you don't like me, block me. If you don't like me, don't follow me. You already know what I do. So why even follow me? Why even talk about me? Because you admire me and you can't admit it. You want to be me, but you can't admit it. So instead you spread lies. My only advice to you guys today would be if you hear things about me, I'm telling you, if it's something bad and scary and crazy, do your research before you believe words. We've seen people lie about being assaulted with a brick, and it was never true. People will try to hurt you, and women are really good at lying. They will say that I'm this bad, dangerous individual, but they have no receipts to back it up, but recycled old bullshit. But if you ask them, were they ever a fan of me? They'll probably lie and tell you no, which will be a lie there. That should tell you all you need to know. Most of my haters that hate me today, they were kissing my ass when the Rhoda case was here. Oh, Daphne, you're wonderful. Daphne, I need a consultation. They were frauds in disguise. I want to be team accountability. MTR, O'Shea Duke, they love you. They will use pages like that to let my guard down. It won't happen twice. It won't. But I learned a lot, guys. That Rhoda case also helped me to fix things in me. Talking more about my mother and not masking it and holding it in. My adversaries forced me to have to talk about it, especially when my mother's file was sent to strangers to hurt me. What kind of Black man will get on the internet and do an entire show on someone's being shot and having to suffer until the ambulance came? You have to be sick to do that. And anyone that has kids doing that, that says so much. Those kids are not being raised properly. That's my advice. I mean, that's my opinion. So I'm just saying, guys, it's a lot. It's a lot to go through. But one thing I can tell you is that the sisterhood has not taken me down. The sisterhood hasn't taken me down, but they are trying very hard to. They're trying very hard with lies and manipulation and stealing. They're trying to steal everything about me. Anything I say that starts the trend, they want to take it, trademark it, because, I mean, they're not creative. They want to be me that bad, guys. And all I'm doing is being me. I'm not changing who I am. I'm doing the same thing. But this is what they do. I just found out that I have followers and people that support me in Nigeria. They're all over. So when people say I'm not global, yes, I am. Do y'all realize that when Rhoda lied, this was viewed by over 50 million people? This was shared globally. Y'all know TikTok is not just for us. It's in countries. She went viral on TikTok before it went down. When the truth came out, it went viral on TikTok. I know when somebody told the truth about how I helped the police, their TikTok got 20 million views. So you're telling me that people don't know who the hell I am? So when they find out that I'm global, it angers them because they don't want people to know who I am outside of the US. Her followers are all fake and you hear that every day. That's what they do. Someone said if they follow you like I do, they know your real name. I want to say who put me on you, but I don't know the rules. But if I describe him, light skin, beard, it sounds like Art of Kicks. Yes, Kenneth, you can say his name. Shout out to Art of Kicks. That is a really good person. I have some really good people that really love me. Art of Kicks, MTR, these are people I talk to on the phone who have my real number. These are good people. I know who they are. We know personal things about each other. And we've known things and we just don't talk about it because these are real people in my life that actually know who I am. And they know these lies are just lies. That's why you still have people like Tariq Nasheed and comedian Godfrey, Leon Rock. I have celebrities that follow me. They love me. I'm just being myself. I'm not trying to be in the upper echelon. I'm just being me. When people tell me that my husband and I, we love you, we can't wait for you to post something that, and people tell me that I made their day, that's what I'm here to do. So all I'm saying is if you continue to lie online and I see it, I'm going to address it. If you want me out of your business, don't post publicly. It is that simple. If you go into these private groups and you lie, you don't know if I'm in there, you don't know if it's going to be sent to me, but it will get to me. And if it's a lie that can hurt someone or get them killed, I am going to speak. And if that makes me a snitch, well, I have a master's in it because I'm going to keep doing it. I wouldn't want nobody spreading lies about me. So I'm assuming people would want to know the truth about them, right? Because these women get into these groups calling these men predators, just like they do on the T app. The next show, not the next show, but I'm going to do a show very soon about the T app. And I know it might get me banned from the app. I don't care. But I'm going to actually do a live show where we're going to look at the app from my device. I'm going to show y'all. So we can all look at it together. And people can call out their names and I'll search them right there live. I think that's the worst app ever created. It's dangerous and they're lying. None of that stuff can be proven just with words. So when I can prove that they're lying, I'm able to post the truth in there. And then you can reach out to the T app people, but they take all day to get back to you. It's the weakest app I've ever seen. They just want people to be hurt. That's all it's about. And you heard a lot of these stories of people on this panel. And shout out to DJ, my friend. She's amazing. She went to school, got a master's degree. She's a counselor. She works with kids. She works with the government. The woman is bad. I actually have a picture of her. Let me show another picture. This is my girl. Let me show another one. This was my favorite picture of her. She got her degree. She got her credentials. She did that before Chat GPT. There is. You see the year 2020. This beautiful Black woman right here has had my back, you guys, from the very beginning. Ordered one of my shirts. Did that accountability theme. ACCOUNT. Hard. That's hard. I'm gonna try to get somebody to make that into a chant so I can make it into my my intro. I might have to have her redo it because I want to use that for my intro. Hard. I love it. And it's coming from a woman, a beautiful woman. Can't say nothing negative about this woman right here. Somebody's gonna wife this woman. She has great morals, poise, class. So there are a lot of Black women that deserve this type of recognition. Her, my friend Anti, my friend Taya, my friend Sharon. These are women that are right there in my circle and in my heart. I love these women. If they needed me to do something for them, I would do it. That's how we are. So I do get along with Black women with purpose that are not out here trying to hurt people. So to those women that hate me, you won't address me on my show. So what's the point of talking about me online if you're not going to challenge me? It takes a lot for these women to join my panel and tell me why they don't like me because they know the reason is going to be dumb. Oh, I don't like you because you said that women who lie deserve prison time. That's why I don't like you. Well, I'm not changing. I still believe it. Prison time, they deserve a lot more than that too. But I'm going to be nice and say prison time. Because if you guys have ever spoken to someone who did even 2 years in prison for a sexual assault they didn't commit, their life is forever changed. And I am going to do a show about that with men who were accused and what it did to them. I am going to do a show on men who are being rejected by women, and these men are good men. There's going to be a lot going on. I think the next show that I'm planning on for next week is going to be women who use men. I'm going to have some men who have been used. Some of my clients want want to do this and they're okay with it. They just want to use their real names. But these women are out here destroying lives, using men for a free meal. One of my close clients, he was one of them. I was right there in the forefront. I saw him get played. Spending all this money on these women. And then they say, oh, I don't think we're equally yoked. Weirdest thing ever. But they get on this internet and tell people that there's no good men out there. So we're going to be addressing a lot of these hot topics because we got to talk about it. We have to talk about it. And when I say fuck the sisterhood, I don't mean to be like rude like that, but that's how I feel. It's a genuine feeling. You guys are out here trying to destroy me for doing the right thing. When was that a problem? I can see if I'm out here hurting people physically, but me getting kids taken that were being abused is the right thing to do. Y'all would rather them be abused with family than given a second chance at life? Do y'all honestly think that when kids are pulled out that they're just put with a new home right away? No, the judge gives you a chance to change before the kids are permanently reassigned. I worked in this division. I know what happens. You guys just want to make an excuse for deadbeat parents. And I'm not going to let you do that. So understand if you are abusing your children and I find out about it, I'm saying something. I don't care how you feel. But don't sit there and say I get kids taken for no reason at all. If I'm getting kids taken, that would imply they're doing something wrong, right? That's the logic of these idiots. They don't make no sense. They don't. Cherry heart drop. Hello. Unmute, Cherry.
Hey, can you hear me?
Cherry, sounds like you're in a tunnel 20 miles away.
Yeah. Okay, one more. Keep going. I'll be back.
Okay, no problem.
Hey, Daphne, can I say something right quick? I'm sorry.
You sure cannot. I'm just saying. Go ahead. Go ahead,
Oh,
Doc.
my bad. Oh, my bad.
We've been laughing all day. Go ahead, Doc.
But no, and you once again you made great points. I really because I didn't know much about the sisterhood until about maybe 8 9 years ago. Now you brought up Chris Brown earlier with Rihanna about almost 2 hours ago. It's funny how the same sisterhood that was clowning him and wanting him in jail are the same ones you see breaking their neck to do a meet and greet with him, paying $2,200 to take pictures with him and ruin their relationships just to be in pictures with Chris Brown, all kind of raunchy pictures. It's the same sisterhood. That there's when they hated Chris Brown until they got in front of him, and then they became fans and groupies. That's all I want to say right quick. But keep cooking.
No. I'm glad you said that because Chris Brown, he's a good guy. You know why they hate him? Because he got into a fight with Rihanna and won. And when I say that, people get mad. You support domestic violence. I'm a domestic violence survivor. And I can recall not one time that I started hitting my abuser first. I already knew his strength. If he knew how to rearrange my jaw, then there's no reason for me to start a fight with this man physically. I fought him with my tongue. I couldn't fight him with my hands. I knew how to say bitch nigga. Oh yeah, you might be 6'6", but I can bring you down to 2'6". I was really reckless with my mouth because I felt like that was all the power I had. So when you find out that Chris and Rihanna are in a fast speeding car and she's grabbing his nuts to get his phone and he hit her, I mean, come on. We got to be logical here. Those are his nuts. What are you grabbing for? That ain't planners. She wanted his phone because Chris Brown was a hoe. And I'm sure Rihanna knew that already. He was the man back then in 2009. Everybody wanted a piece of Chris. But for you to try to take his property, that's theft. You notice Rihanna never got theft charges or assault charges. She put her hands on him first. And he fought back and won. That's the only thing. And these women will continue to say he's an abuser. But like you said, they're paying $1,200 for him to lift up a thigh or put their butt in his. And he's taking the picture with them. He's genuinely a good guy. Like I said, Chris Brown shared one of my posts last year on his story. I still have it because he was accused of sexual assault. And
I remember that.
Proof. Yeah. When everybody was like, Daphne, Chris Brown. I said, y'all lying. I'm not even going to look because y'all playing with me. I figured you'll say that. And then they sent me the picture. I said, that's my meme. I went to his page and when I saw it, I shed a tear. Because how did he see that?
Not that they used your own tagline back on you.
And they did. Because I didn't believe, because people lie. Chris Brown has a big following. So I said, ain't no way this man saw my little bitty itty bitty meme. Y'all lying. Daphne, we swear. I said, you lying. And then, one of my followers said, I figured you'd say that. And bam. And they got me. I went to his Instagram and it was right there. He kept my IG on there and everything, guys. And people started following me. It scared me because I'm like, oh, I'm about to hit 1 million. Well, I didn't hit the 1 million, but Chris Brown did that. That means that he noticed that I was a supporter of his. I thought that was cool. But as much as I love Chris Brown as an entertainer and a person, I would never pay money. I could just Photoshop me next to him and say I was there. I like people like that, but I would never pay. Like Beyonce. I don't like Beyonce. I'm not trying to be rude, but I think Beyonce is one of those people that think she's so big that she can't be personable. I don't see her just doing normal things like people do. Oh yeah, girl, I lost my house and then she paid for it. Well, she could be doing it behind the scenes, which is true, but people have social media now. They would have brought that up already. There's no way that you could tell someone, I'm going to pay your rent, but don't say anything at all. You can't stop someone from talking. It would get leaked somehow. So I just don't think that we should be following celebrities like that. I think it's wonderful that people can afford it, but even if I had $1 million, I wouldn't pay to take a picture with him. I can get a picture of you on stage. That's all I need. Cool. When I went to the Missy, Sierra, Busta Rhymes concert, I wasn't acting like a groupie. Oh my gosh, because at the end of the day, they bleed just like me. Every month, we all cramping too. You go get your pass from the store. We are human. Y'all got to stop living through these celebrities. And you got to stop thinking that they are perfect, because they're not. But one thing I won't do is judge Chris Brown for something that he paid his dues on 16 years ago. Y'all got to let that go. But see, like he said, the sisterhood won't let that go. But I guarantee you they love Cardi B. I always use her because she can get away with murder and these women will still say, ow, oh, she's the best. Offset, he lost out. No, he didn't. He's laughing at her because if she is pregnant by that man, what does that say? You just had your 3 kids, right? With Offset, or 2? I could be wrong. Is it 3 or 2? 2?
She's got a boy and a girl. And I think she's pregnant now, but I think they have 3 already. Just those 3.
Well,
They got
look,
2 boys and a girl.
it's
Yeah, 2 boys and
nasty.
a girl.
At the end of the
Yeah.
day, you over here sleeping with this man, and this man was just having a good time. He ain't gonna wife her. Y'all gotta understand that men do not wife loose gooses. They don't. They will have a fun time, but not for a long time. And then these women would do a show. He used me, and I feel so used. That's all they do is you knew what it was. You knew what it was. These women know. These women can tell you everything about a celebrity, but they don't know that their baby daddy is cheating. Come on, ladies. Y'all get that feeling in your gut. Y'all got to stop making excuses for your bad choices. And you got to start taking ownership for things that you did. Y'all say my body, my choice, but then you have all these babies with Pookie and Ray Ray, and then you blame Pookie and Ray Ray. But it was your body, if I know
And
I
it's
have to carry a
ridiculous.
kid, I'm not letting nobody just, huh? I'm
It's
sorry,
very
somebody said something?
ridiculous.
Yeah. Cherry, you stepped in. Cherry, what else you have to say, Cherry? It sounds like you got a lot on your heart.
Well, no, I'm just kidding. Um, it really sucks. I'm gonna go back to the sisterhood. I really don't care about Cardi B and them. Yay. But the sisterhood that is out there now, this girls thing, it's honestly a detriment to these women's children. And, I apologize, I wasn't here, so I'm not sure if you guys talked about this, but their children are going to be the ones who are going to suffer the most because their
Mm-hmm.
children are learning from what they see. They're also not learning, any kind of ways to combat mental health struggles. They're not going to be learning any ways how to, have communication and stuff because these girls are just like, they agree with everything everyone says. There's no learning how to compromise. There's no learning how to have, um, nonviolent debates, and so it's going to be the kids that we see that these girls are going to, totally screw up, and it's going to be bad.
Oh, yeah. I predict a catastrophic failure. And you know who I am as a person, Cherry, and I want to
Hmm.
say thank you to you. I already said your name earlier, so they don't know which one is you. So thank God for that. Unless you don't mind me saying your first name, but you have been someone in my corner, and I want to say thank you. Thank you for also going back to school, doing what you got to do. I'm proud of you. You're a wonderful person. You are an amazing
Oh.
mother. And you need to hear that. And I want to say thank you for being there for me during my darkest times. I don't get to thank a lot of people out loud, and I don't mind doing that. So I'm glad you're in my corner, because without you, I don't know I don't know. I just don't know. You guys have been there. So people tend to think that when I'm out here holding people accountable, that I'm not human. At the end of the day, I am. You guys, like I said, I go to
You
my
are.
support. I have help. When I'm getting ready to crash out, I go to my girls and we do a group call, and they're like, Daphne, take a deep breath, because guys, it's hard not to crash out. And you want to protect your family. You want to protect your loved ones, even if they're not here. You want to protect them because they're not here to defend themselves. And it just bothers me how these Black women
Mhm.
hate me so bad that they would dig into my mother's life and hand her file off to a bunch of people and say, mess with her. If you do this, you will get a reaction and we can get her arrested. Guys, they want me arrested. They want to paint this narrative that I am a criminal. And the way to do it is attacking who I love. And when that happens, you question yourself, should I keep doing this online? Because when they do this and people know what they're doing, no one is challenging them. I don't know if it's because they don't care or because they don't want them to think that they're on my side. But I know a lot of people see this and they're like, damn, you talking about Daphne again? Damn, again? Damn, you ain't got nothing else to talk. They don't. Without me being mentioned, they're losers. They don't have nothing else to talk about. The proof is right there. They need me. They're seeing how far they can go before I snap. I won't snap again. I did it once, and guys, it almost got me a criminal case. Do you think jobs care about why you got in trouble? Well, we don't care. You should have still stayed calm. It's hard for you to do that when you're not in it. Cherry, I know you've lost people in your life, correct? Cherry, you there?
I have. I
How
have.
would you
Yeah.
feel
I'm
if you got
switching
into
to my
it if
phone.
you got into it with a woman online?
Let me switch to
And
my phone real quick because I got a delay.
okay, cool. Dot again. You there?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever lost somebody in your life close to you?
My dad.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. Let's say that you got into it with a man online and you
Mm-hmm.
were spitting facts. You never attacked
Mm-hmm.
anybody in his family, and then he posts things about your dad publicly. How would
Mm-hmm.
you have
I mean, see, my dad. Even though he wasn't the best dad, that's my daddy. I love my daddy. I would, I it would depend. He died about 10 years ago.
mm-hmm.
Initially, I would be like, man, let me know where you live. We'll have a conversation, and whatever happens happens. But now I would probably just have to leave that person alone because I know me. Now, I can't speak for him, but I know what I would want to do. And before I started investigating, trying to find this person, I'm like, you know what, man,
It ain't worth it.
let me just remove myself. Yeah, because I love my daddy. Like he wasn't the best dad, but he was mine. And we would have an issue if especially if I knew where you live. I mean, I might. I'm telling you, man,
So you
I'm
can
just gonna be
understand my
real.
frustration and why I had the issues
Right.
I had, because I was going at people, man, listen,
Absolutely.
I love my mama. So like I said, even if me and my mom didn't have the best relationship, you only get one parent. And if they're saying things that are not true, that's what makes me upset, because you weren't there. You didn't live behind these walls. So that's
Right.
where the frustration and anger comes from. You don't know what you're talking about, right? So um
Right.
it it's just the fact that, guys, they will lie, they will cheat, they will steal. These are things that they would do to try to hurt you. The sisterhood needs to acknowledge that they have a lot of mental issues that haven't been diagnosed. And the ones that keep throwing out the word narcissist, they are the ones that are actually the narcs themselves. They're talking about themselves. So when they say that I'm a fraud, they're the frauds. Everything that they say about me is a reflection of them. They just don't want to acknowledge it. So they're using me as the scapegoat. But those who have been rocking with me for 10 years, they know that from 2015 to 2023 of August, I never been called a narcissist. I didn't start getting called that to the end of 2023. So at the end of the day, some of these people just learn that and think that everyone is that. If you're not a professional in the mental health field, a clinician, if you're not a therapist, if you don't do it as a job and I didn't see you as a patient, you have no right calling me that. It's just fluff. And like Dot said, a lot of these people will say these things, but they're not going to do anything. It's all talk. So we have to learn how to let things go. And when they see that you're not entertaining their foolery, that is when they try to go low. They go low, low. And then that's when you have to be strong. Make sure you have a support system to help you redirect your anger, because this is what they'll do. And as you get older, you become more mature. And sometimes you have to teach these older broads how to act. There's a video I showed you guys last week, and it still sticks to me. The woman said that women in their 40s and 50s, they're haters. And she's right, because most of my haters are in that age group. They're older than me. I've seen it, especially heavy on the 50s. They're too damn old to be doing this. You should be worried about retirement, getting life insurance, and living your life instead of talking about me. But they'll never do that because I'm the topic. That's how they are. And my advice to anyone wanting to do this, I always say this. You got to have thick skin and understand that it's going to come with some court cases. Every content creator that is bigger than me told me they had to be in court at least once because somebody didn't like what they said. And they never lost, because people think that you can't use your First Amendment right. It's when you defame people and you say things that aren't true that can get you in legal trouble, right? But anyone can file a lawsuit and anyone can go down to the police and say that you did something. It's called an allegation. What matters is the conviction. You can have 6,000 allegations, but if you have 0 convictions, it doesn't matter. You weren't convicted of anything. Anyone can say you did something. So my advice would be for people to hang in there and know that I'm doing the best that I can as one person. But I won't always be doing this. Like I said, guys, I'm getting older, and this is becoming more of a sport, and it's tiring. And even in sports, you retire. I've been doing this a long time. I really do love helping people with advice on child support, their mental health, and doing the best that I can to make it affordable. I know people laugh at my rates, but I'm not expensive because I don't feel like people should pay top dollar for me to just listen to them and help them with a plan. I just don't think it's fair. It's already hard for people to survive as I'm speaking now. It's hard. And you got these people that you think are living these lives and traveling, but behind the scenes, they're lying. So don't believe this facade that people have. When Drake said that he knows people that take pictures of places they've been just so they can post it later, people do that. And they make you think that they're always on the go. Oh, I'm over here traveling. I'm having a blast. And they're not. You know, behind the scenes, they're struggling. They are lying. That's what they do. It's a facade. I don't need to make up a facade. I'm really, really happy to be with a wonderful Black man that supports what I do. Not once has he said, you're going to ruin our marriage with this stuff. No. He knows what he has, and I know what I have, and I'm thankful. I have a strong Black man that is a chief engineer who does his thing as a Black man. It's not easy. One of the youngest chief engineers running the whole department at one of the top news stations in the nation. He's protected. He's in a union. And because he works at a news station, there are people that figured it out and they tried to call. They know all about what I do online now because it doesn't go with the sisterhood. It goes against them. And there's been times where they tried to get my husband fired by telling them that I'm dangerous and that I hate Black women. They even tried to take my husband's career. And that's when I was really going to hang this up, because it's hard for a Black man to find something like that. They got to start from the bottom before you can become a chief. My husband didn't have to go from the bottom. He just had the knowledge and the skill, and they gave him that opportunity. He went from a regular engineer to a manager to a chief in 2 years, less than 2 years. I'm proud of him. So that was the time I was really going to hang it up. And he told me, I'm protected. You good? And I didn't realize that, guys. So the sisterhood almost made me stop because I was worried about my husband when I didn't need to be worried. So when I tell you that they would try to destroy everything in your life, that's what they do. It's unfortunate, guys, but it happens. But to people that are just meeting me, I'm 10 years into this. I'm not new to this. And until my husband tells me it's time, and when it is, I will let y'all know. I will do the best I can to bring y'all more content on this channel because I have a lot we're going to do a battle of the sexes. I have a lot of ideas, and I'm hoping I can add in 2 more verses. Any woman that doesn't agree with my ideologies and you just think that I'm out to hurt, I want to hear what you got to say, not to embarrass you, not to roast you. We can have a civil conversation. I'm not here to hurt nobody. I want you guys to know that you can be great. You just have to stop being so bitter and angry. And there are wonderful Black women out there, Black men, that are just like me, that have great heads on their shoulder. DJ's one of them. Cherry's one of them. These are women that are not married, that are perfect candidates to be a wife. They're really good women. So I want to
Wait, hold on. I'm getting advertised over here.
No. I'm just saying, people like there's good women. I'm telling them that
No,
everybody
I'm
isn't bad.
teasing you. I'm
Then
teasing
come
you.
down, Cherry, before I give them your address. So that's the next time I give you. Y'all, she lives at 121.
I am 5'8.5". Now let me stop.
Yes. No, there's this woman that told me, 3 years ago, I did something called Shoot Your Shot. And did you guys know that I put 2 people together and they got married? And they
No
just not telling me
way.
this. I'm pissed about that. I said, I'm supposed to know everything. And she was like, well, you're always so busy. I don't care. She told me I should do that. I'm going to bring it back. The way I do it, I just don't pick random people like Pop the Balloon. And this was 3 years ago that I did Shoot Your Shot, before Pop the Balloon, by the way. I wasn't trying to do a Pop the Balloon type of thing, but I actually vet these people. I vet the men and I vet the women. I don't just let random people, yeah, I'm a CEO of Microsoft. No, you have to show me some proof. I got to make sure that you're not lying about who you are. But I set them people up 3 years ago and they're married. I was just like, man, I'm good. I want to bring that back because there are some there's some beautiful women and men out there that deserve to be loved. Y'all, it feels good to be loved. I'm telling y'all. I don't care how these women be saying, I love being single. They are lying. When they go home to that apartment, this is what is really going on in that apartment. They are not happy. They are not happy being single. They are not happy that there's no man around. When they see a spider, ain't no man around to kill it. When they hear a noise downstairs, ain't no man down there to check it out.
Where's the pineapple? You need to add a pint of ice cream.
Preach, Daphne, preach.
We need men. Let me tell y'all. When I was single for a short time, because I was never single that long. Before my husband, I was in a relationship for 3.5 years. And before that, I was in a relationship for 2 years. That's all I got. I've been in long relationships. That's how good of a woman I am. I'm a good woman, and my thing is, saying you don't need a man, that's a lie. When I was on my own for that short time, I saw a spider and he was looking right at me because, they got good eyes too. We looking at each other. Did y'all know I stared at that spider for 2 hours? That's an illness. That's how fearful I was. Because, when you try to kill it, it disappears. Now you got to give him the apartment. You feel me? So I had to call my brother, y'all. He drove 45 minutes to come
Not
and kill
that
that
you
spider.
broke the lease.
Listen, when he came in there, I told him I couldn't even leave where I was because I didn't want the spider to disappear. He said, well, I got to get in. So I had to really keep eyes on it, ran, unlocked the door, and I stood right there where he was. I said, there he is. And my brother was like, I can see your foot in the dent of your carpet. How long were you standing there? I said, about 2 hours. He said, yeah, you got to get a man. This is getting out of control. So when they say we don't need men, we do. We do need, not just to kill spiders, but men give us that protection. They do. They let us know that they got our back. If I hear somebody trying to get in, the man's gonna go check. I'm gonna be in the closet. Just somebody gotta tell the story. Y'all feel me? I'm gonna be in the closet.
Well, hold on, Daddy. Hold on.
Look, I'm gonna become the clothes. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Look,
Man, Daphne, you gonna do us like you gonna do us like that? He at the funeral. He was a good man, y'all.
What you tell the news just in case? I got you. I'm just y'all look.
She said somebody got to tell the story.
Somebody got to tell the story.
You remember the episode of Martin? Martin, go check it out. He come back. What is it's a mouse, Gina thing?
So yeah, a mouse. She said we going to my apartment. Yeah. That was a man. And my husband, he's just like that. A mouse. Like it ain't nothing. A mouse. She was like, I need to leave. But what I'm trying to say, y'all, is that I love having someone that loves me back. I'm not easy to deal with because he knows the hate I get. But with all the hate I get, nobody ever reaches out to him. No one ever really bothers him. I remember somebody reached out to the mental health thing and said, you need to fire Daphne, not knowing that they're reaching out to me. It was funny. She's gone. first thing tomorrow. You know, I mess with people like that too. I gotta find that email because it was hilarious. But that just tells you the thinking of the sisterhood. They don't even know what they're doing. They just think they're getting someone fired and they're not. But I'm just saying, guys, it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on, and I just wanted to bring to light some of the things that I've seen online. I really felt bad for Kelly Price. I did see her, and I didn't even want to share the photo because she was out of shape. But at the end of the day, guys, she can still sing, and that's what music is for the ears, right? That's what Adele said before she lost all that weight. And one thing I don't like is when women, they act like they're happy, high calorie. Oh, I love being big. I love, getting up and having to go when I get up. But then when they lose weight, they tell people, I have never felt like this, and it's the best I ever felt. But when you were big, you said being big was the best you ever felt. These women are lying. The Lizzos, these women, we have to understand that Black people, we get these sicknesses quicker than white people. So when I tell women you have no right calling a man fat when you're high calorie, well, I had kids. It doesn't matter. Even if you had kids, why would you judge another man? You don't know his story. You don't know what he's suffering with. You don't know why he's big. We don't know everybody's story. But the minute they lose weight, right? Everybody is all about empowerment and getting in shape. But wasn't we telling people to get in shape and we were getting yelled at? We all have work to do. Go ahead, honey.
The minute the man loses weight, then all of a sudden they all over him.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
I'm a trainer. I would know. I'm a personal trainer. I
My
know.
husband was a personal trainer when I met him, and I didn't like it. I said, I don't need your help. I'm already playing ball. But my thing was, my husband told me about the mechanics. It's not just about working out, it's about what you eat. So when I saw Lizzo eating Oreos with mustard, I said, yeah, she gonna pop. She gonna pop. And then now look at her. She looks good. Now, mind you, I'm not a hater. She looks good. She looks like her health is in check, just like Missy Elliott. Y'all keep saying that these celebrities are happy big. No, they're not. It's a facade. And why they're big, they're keeping other women big. That's why Dave Demos is laughing. And I love being big. And y'all bitches can't touch me. I'm losing weight. She lied. Taking off a wig and putting on another one is not losing weight. You lost the wig and put a new wig on. So Dave Demos, she's
No, you cannot walk past that quick. No, you cannot. You cannot drop that and then just keep on
100
walking.
pounds and not heck no. In like 3 months.
Say that again.
No.
I need to hear that for the people in the back. What happens? Changing wigs don't do what?
It does not mean you lost weight. And the thing is, remember when she came on the Breakfast Club, they had to combine 2 couches or give her the big couch?
Yeah.
She was offended.
Yeah.
Why were you offended? You couldn't fit in the chair comfortably. She sat in that chair, and the fat was just like, mayday, mayday, mayday. You ain't got nothing bigger. So they had to give her a whole love seat. Guys, that wasn't cute.
Yep.
That was really bad. I said, and the thing is, Dame Demos is not an ugly woman. I bet you losing about 300 pounds, she would be strikingly beautiful. When you lose the weight, you lose all that.
You can see the beauty. You can see the beauty,
How
though.
much? Hey, Daphne, how much you got to
She got to lose about 350. You laughing?
He's laughing.
No, I'm not. The way Daphne said it, I guess she lose about 300 pounds. Like that just, man, just casually
right,
just
she gonna do it
300.
tomorrow. If you lose, like if somebody said, how much you weigh? 600. If you can lose 452 pounds, you're gonna be bad. That'll hurt.
She said it. She said it like she could just blink and it's done. That's what made it so funny.
Yeah, like you can lose 4, man.
I think she was like 503 when the Uber thing happened. So she gained weight since then, and she laughs. She got that cottage cheese leg. It's really bad, guys. And my thing is, she's a pretty woman, but guess who's keeping her big? Her friends, the sisterhood. Ow, you look good. And this is, I kid you not, this is what you see on her page. Girl, you look good, girl. Keep doing you. They haters. Forget them. They want to be you, bitch. Bitch, they want to be you. No, we don't. I don't want to be high calorie and not able to breathe. No, I don't. Like I said, she's big. I'm telling you, she has to lose the weight, and we have to be honest. But see, the sisterhood will say, you don't know, she could be, have a high thyroid and all. They make excuses for obesity when it's the food that, and then Demo said the other day, I don't even eat. You're lying. See what I said about the lion? You eating something? You killing it. You eating something. Fruit Loops, you eating something. That ain't something.
It's his laugh. It's the way he's laughing.
Y'all think I'm lying. She said the other day she said she don't even eat, and I knew that was a lie. Like I
I
said,
believe it.
if y'all ever watch my 600-pound life, you think I'm bad? Dr.
That's my
Now don't play.
show.
He'll
He
say,
does not.
kid you not, if she was to tell him, I'm not even eating, Dr. Now, he'll say, why did you do that? Why'd you lie? He'd be mad. He know they eating good. He said, you cannot be this big and not consume 5,000 calories a day.
You
Right?
are killing them in this chat. You got them
Well,
dying.
guys, listen, because they need to hear this. Women need to hear, because if a man told her to lose weight, he's body shaming. But if a woman says that she's hating, so anywhere it goes, it's a lose-lose. But if a man, DJ Khaled posted, and these women said he looked like melted chocolate. They said he shouldn't be jumping. They said that he don't look good. See, they can talk about DJ Khaled, right? But we can't talk about Dank. Everybody gonna get the same energy. DJ Khaled got titties too. He needs to lose weight. That is true. But at least with him, he ain't as big as Dank Demos. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but
but look at what other dudes have lost weight. You got Ross lost weight, Rick Ross lost weight, Fat Joe lost a lot of weight.
Yes.
There's another one, but
Busta Rhymes lost weight. I mean, he
Busta
wasn't
lost
huge,
some.
Yep.
Well, I love
Timberland,
Busta,
Busta. I
but
mean, a lot of people.
What you
Busta
say about
didn't
Buster?
lose the weight around his neck though, po thing.
That's because he did
That's
I mean,
Ozempic. He was on Ozempic. Ozempic gives you a little,
yo,
like
but,
head be weird and the body little. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't even hold himself. I
yeah,
thought he was a character on GTA because he was shifting. It scared me.
definitely. Hey, but here's the thing though, and as like I said, as a trainer, I want people to pay attention to the fast food commercials. Y'all would notice how when you look at them fast food commercials, who do you mostly see in them? Us.
Black people.
that.
I've never seen a sandwich make me want to break dance. But when you look at these commercials, you got cats like doing the stanky leg and MC
Oh
Hammer
yeah,
over a chicken
yeah.
sandwich. Like, come on, man, it ain't not they cater to us. When
Yeah.
you go to affluent neighborhoods, you don't see fast food restaurants. When you come to the hood, guess what you see? You see a lot of liquor stores, a lot of fast food
Liquor store.
restaurants,
Yep.
and a lot of
Yep.
black neighborhoods. You ever notice
And
that?
Y'all,
McDonald's. There's a
y'all
McDonald's on
know
every
what?
corner.
Y'all know what commercial took me out and pissed me off, and I was still
Popeye.
thinking, no, it was this one. It was like in the 89, 90. Guess what? Clarence got a job. And then there's everybody in the
Yeah.
neighborhood happy Clarence got a job at McDonald's. And he just
Oh yeah.
grinning like, oh, I'm
Oh
going to Wall Street. No, dude, you're going to McDonald's, which, yay, that's fine. Get a job. But again,
yeah.
it's targeted at us. And then instead of it being like, oh, hey, he's going to go get a job, say at Nordstrom's, and they're happy and cheering. No, they're happy and cheering about McDonald's. Let's give our kids something bigger to achieve and to strive for. That one pissed me off as a kid.
Oh,
So
when you look at white people commercials, they in life insurance commercials and all the trust fund commercials. Us, fast
Yeah.
food, fast
we
food.
are
Guess who died?
farmers.
Y'all see that commercial where she says, honey, guess who died? Bill. Bill? The runner Bill? Yes.
Yeah,
Are we going to have that conversation, honey? Yes, we are. We need Colonial Pitt. Y'all ought to get mad when that commercial come on.
yep.
I'd be mad as hell. Like, first of all,
Stand
and you
it.
know they old, but they never do that for black people because they don't think we make it to that age. But yeah, every time I see that commercial, I give. And then who's the guy, the spokesman, the black guy, right? Colonial
Mm-hmm.
Penn.
Yeah,
We have the plans, pricing. They all get on my nerves. But when you look at that, this is what they're saying. These people live to these ages, but us, we own Popeye's commercial. Love that chicken for y'all. Better stop because the next one is gonna be the
yeah,
upper room. That's what it's gonna be. They don't
yeah.
tell you about the effects of that stuff. So I'm just trying to, like I said, they don't want to hear the truth because it stings. They get mad. Y'all know when you look in the mirror, you know what you have to work on. And instead of you working on it, you'll rap. He put Jonathan on Colonial Penn. See, they even know the name. Why you say his name? He was supposed to be. I ain't trying to give him no shout out, but it. I'm just trying to empower people. And when you're trying to inspire and help people, it comes with tough love. Because
Yeah.
if you're trying to be loved by someone one day, they want to love you, but they want to be able to last with you. They want to be able to have a life with you, and that won't happen if you're not taking care of yourself. So just like that black women would tell black men, go to the doctor. Y'all don't. Y'all think that
Yeah.
your girl's telling you you look good, sis. That's the approval. Y'all better be careful out here. Like I said, the diseases are on a rise out here. Sleeping around, acting a fool. You guys have to do better. And as I told all of you guys earlier, if you have children, you're supposed to be living for them. What you're doing is going to affect them. And it can either be good or bad. The legacy my mother left was for us. She left a good legacy. She might have made mistakes, but people said great things about my mother. And I never forget that. A lot of them remembered her playing basketball and laying them out on the court. So it explained why I was so good at it. Myself, my mom was really good. She used to kick the football in the neighborhood for the kids and start off the football games. She'd come out there and kick that ball. And then we'll start the football game. My mom was tough. I felt her power before, because she hit me before. I tried to get tough and I never did it again. But I learned. My mom taught me a lot in her short time. And that's why I said it bothers me when people go there, because you came from a woman, and we have to remember that what you put out can come back to you. So guys, like I said, at the end of the day, my stance on the sisterhood is it is a group of women who are, their whole plan is not about empowering people. It's about hurting people. It's about seeing how far they can go with destroying someone's lives. And one thing I know women say to me, they say that I attack them. And to attack someone, I should be in jail if I'm doing that. So they call accountability an attack because the truth threatens the image that they've built. They built this image of lies. Accountability strips away excuses and forces them to reflect, something many would rather avoid. And by framing it as an attack, they shift the focus from the behavior to my delivery on what I'm doing out there, making me the aggressor and making them the victim. It's a defense mechanism. And if accountability feels like hostility, they never have to change. They're not going to see a change. And in reality, accountability, it isn't violence. I'm not out here attacking people. I'm just trying to inspire and help people. But to those invested in denial, they'll never understand where I'm coming from. They're going to try to take me out one way or the other. And I'm going to still be right here. So I want you guys to know that I'm thankful for the people that have been supporting me for 10 years. I'm nothing without people that support me. I'm nothing. And to those young ladies who are under the age of 18 that are listening to me, I hope that I am showing you a better example if you're not getting it at home. And I always tell them, if you're under 18, instead of you reaching out to me, please reach out to your local law enforcement, reach out to your school counselors if you are not being treated fairly at home. And if those avenues are not working, then you email me so I can see what I can do. That is my advice. Please do not go to me before going to your school counselor, going to a neighbor, a friend, because at the end of the day, you are a minor, and I cannot talk to a minor without an adult being present. You're gonna get me in trouble. And to those parents who might see that their kids are supporting me, you can tell them to stop supporting me, but you can't control what they do when they're not at home. And I can't control them either. So understand, guys, that this is not easy. It really isn't. And I'm thankful. I've never had the FBI call my phone before. I actually thought they were calling for me. I thought I did something. So I had to go back and look at what I did to make sure I didn't break the law. But they called me from a private number. The FBI will never call you from a regular number that you can call back. It will always be a private number. And I just so happened to pick it up. And they told me the tip that I gave them on Lucretia was very credible, and it helped and aided with them finding her location. And then the very next day, it was all over the news. To get a call like that from the FBI, it made me feel appreciated. They know who Daphne Sutton is because I did right. So when that Lucretia thing happened and people thought that I made it up, and then they heard me on the news, they had nothing to say because they thought I was just a one-trick pony. They thought I was just a Rhoda. But then Jasmine, then Lucretia. Who's next? It all depends on who's going to lie next. And it go viral. But that's 3 big cases in 3 years. Tell them to name theirs. What that woman was doing to the elderly, do y'all know that she had other stuff in her phone? She has a lot of felonies coming to her, and she was young, y'all. Even though she was young, she knew right from wrong. When you're on TikTok giving somebody medication while they're laying in a tub, how sick can you be? A man wouldn't have even been able to produce the first video. This woman had several. So I don't feel bad for people that I took down legally because they could have harmed somebody. I worked in group home before. You don't play around with medications. Going down into the tub, doing a sexy dance and then stuffing a pill in his mouth. If a man did that to a woman, I got angry. So taking her down was a joy because I knew if a man did it, he wouldn't have gotten the same type of attention. His whole life would have been plastered. She got a lot of grace, believe it or not, guys. She
Hey,
did.
Daphne, can I
Yeah.
add an angle to that?
Yeah.
That did indeed, sorry, that did indeed piss me off. But the other part that pissed me off, because my mom is 73, that was someone who was older. That, if I'm thinking of the same one, this is with the older gentleman, right?
No, her name was Lucretia. The girl was only 19. You talking about the people she was dancing
But
on?
the people she was dancing on were
Yeah, they
older
were older.
people.
Yeah, they were. One was wheelchair bound, and she was on top of him. Well,
Yep,
she was
that's what I
standing on
thought.
his handles. The other one was in a tub, slumped over.
And the problem with that is these people are in a very sensitive stage and state in their life. They can't always judge what is right and what's wrong. Dementia sets in for some of them. We don't know if some of them have been, alcoholics in their past. Some of them may had traumatic experiences when they were younger, and her doing that could be triggering something, but yet they can't speak. They can't say nothing. So, with you saying that, you were being an advocate for and I hate saying the geriatric community because that's the only way I can think of them, but being an advocate for them is good because there's not many people really who are fighting and pushing for the older people because we get upset at them all the time.
Yeah.
But you did that for that. So that pissed me off right there. And then one other thing, you wanted to ask me a question earlier, and I think it was something you thought was very important. And so if you still want to ask me, I'm willing to answer.
Do you remember what the question was?
About losing somebody.
Yeah, how that would feel to you. How would you react to that? You don't have to say who you lost, but I asked people that question because a lot of people said that I was too nice because I wasn't just being attacked by women, I was being attacked by men in the same circle. And my reaction was just words. And I said something dumb that got me a warrant. And it really scared me because I'm not a criminal. And I knew that once the judge saw the reason for my response, because I was provoked, not once, not twice, not 3 times, but 4 times provoked. My mother was put on memes. My mother was called very, very bad names, and it angered me. I would rather see these people in a boxing ring because I know my strength and my power. We would never be able to fight it out legally because they're only keyboard thugs. So if you were to have a conversation with someone and they took it that low, not only talking about the person that you lost, but putting lies in there, sharing their file, things personal about them, how would you react?
So I cannot say that I would be as calm as you were. Now, the reason why I say that is because if that situation was me because I lost someone, I think I would lose it mentally more in that state because I lost my child. So being a parent losing a child is a whole different set of feelings, a whole different set of what the fucks. And so already have gone and definitely not taken any away from losing a parent because I lost my dad back in like 2012. So I felt both. However, once you grow something in you and you see them from nothing to something, and they end up getting to, an age where you're like, oh, their life is about to be amazing, and then they're no longer here. That's a loss that I know there are other parents who know that there's just really no words for. So for someone then to have the audacity to say something or do something, or I mean, don't even look at her picture the wrong way, I'm gonna nut up. So that's why I'm giving you the props I'm giving you, because you are on a public platform and people don't understand that. Yeah, this is a public platform, but life is real. This shit ain't no oh ha ha he he all the time. And real people get hurt in the real world. And this is not a threat. I'm just saying what I see. Real people get hurt in the real world over this internet mess. And when you bring in families, moms, kids, death, who cares what they did in their past? They're no longer here. They're technically untouchable.
Mm.
And if you believe in Christ like I believe in Christ, he's gonna make you see you're wrong. So you're just gonna have to wait, Daphne, because that old saying, what's done in the dark, it's not a lie. It's not a lie. You just keep staying steadfast and doing what you're doing now. And this is the same stuff, we talk about all the time. So I'm not saying nothing different. But you stay steadfast and don't let these people, don't let them see you fumble, shake, crumble. And I know you won't. Um, but stay strong like you're doing, because God puts us where we need to be when we're supposed to be. My daughter died right after I lost my job. I was already like, what the hell? What's going to happen? But what I do know is, even though that happened right after, I'm now 3 years in. And though I've lost my child, my life is actually better than it was then. Why I say that is because I have grown closer to Christ. She has a son that I have the ability to see, play with, watch him grow. And then lastly, I didn't have to lose her to something really hurtful. She passed because of a health condition. So that made it easier for me. So that's why I say if I was in your position, I would have lost my poo, because you don't talk about a grown woman. You don't talk about someone's mom. But again, God puts us where we're supposed to be. Stay steadfast. Help me with this word, Daphne, because I can't remember. What is the word when you're being long suffering? Boom, done. You are long suffering. That is exactly what you are. You are fighting the fight, but that victory is going to come later. So I'm done preaching.
No, you did good. Thank you. Thank you so much. And
And
guys,
Daphne, I'm about to. I'm sorry. I'm about to drop down.
okay, Dot,
Go ahead.
yep,
My bad.
I'm about to wrap up. Dot, thank you so much for being on the show, and the people that were listening from all my social medias. Thank you. Like I said, at the end of the day, you guys are what keeps me going. When you guys see that I'm doing amazing things and I'm trying to make change. So, Dot, God bless you, and I hope you have a great rest of your night too. Okay.
Oh, let me just. Can I say one thing though?
No,
One thing.
you cannot.
Um.
You
I-
you just said you was
oh,
dropping.
my bad.
Drop.
My
Go
bad.
ahead. Go
Now I
ahead,
was
Dot. Go ahead, Dot.
going. First of
That's why
all,
it says
yeah,
it's Dot again, because you keep coming back. Go ahead, Dot.
no, I'm a Michigan fan. I know your husband's a Buckeye fan. Just tell him I see him at the end of the year. It's all good. We're
Yes.
gonna get that going. But
Yes.
like I said, I know you talking about stepping away. Now, I understand that it's coming. Just know this though. If basketball people say Michael Jordan, I think it's Wilt Chamberlain, but people say Michael Jordan's the greatest. There's never gonna be another Michael Jordan, but there's always gonna be somebody who's gonna carry on the legacy. So even when you step down, trust that your legacy is going to be passed on to somebody who may not be Daphne, but they're going to have the same mentality as you, and probably somebody with fresher, little bit different demeanor can take. Not to say you can't take stuff. So I don't want to say you're weak or anything, but somebody who's able to deal with things a little differently. There's always going to be somebody like you. So your the idea, the creativity doesn't die. You just stepped away. So it's always going to be somebody to take up the mantle. They may not be you, but they're going to bring that same type of intensity that we need. And I just want to give you a flowers, because you and I may never speak again. I
Oh,
appreciate you letting me up. I'm a
you definitely gonna be on more of my shows. I sound like a great family man. You said you were doing Bible study. My friend Cherry does Bible study. Don't you on Wednesdays, Cherry?
My goodness, don't get me excited. Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday. Tuesday.
It's
Okay.
a Bible mixer called Crossroads Conversations. I'll give Daphne the link, but it really is just how we're talking right now. We basically just break down the words that people use in the Bible, why they mean what they mean, why people act the way they act. No, but it's really low key. We're really normal people. So yeah, I'll have Daphne put that up for us.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, it's on
but
Zoom, by
I
the way,
just
not in person, by Zoom.
no doubt.
Last
But
time
I just
I did Bible study on Zoom, it blew up for some reason. They said accountability can't be in there. That's what they said. Remember
but I
Grandpa
just want
when he went into that church, he said, "Oh shit," because all the flames. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing.
but yeah, I'm gonna give you
He
your
said, "Let's
flowers,
go
and like I said,
outside." Go
I'm
ahead.
just
Go ahead.
appreciative of this conversation. It's good, and as a man, a black man, I'm always wanting black women to be more accountable. And it's good to hear, even though it's not a lot of y'all, it like your voice is strong enough to know that it's not just men just saying nobody's doing it. We have black women who look at the nonsense of the teacher babe, all this nonsense we see now, and y'all speaking against that. Like that's all we want. So I just appreciate you. And whenever you step away, just know that the fight. It your battle is over. The war continues, and it's somebody else who's going to take up that mantle and probably be just as good, if not better than you. But whenever you do decide to do that, I just want you to know you are appreciated, you are respected, and you are loved by people who have common sense, who have logic, and they use logic and common sense, not people who are just emotional. And I just want to let you know, like it's our first time conversing. I appreciate you as a person. I'm just telling you that from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate and everything you're doing. I really do thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you so much, Dot. And I hope to see you on another show. I'm thinking of next week. You actually just said it. I want to talk about Teacher Bay because the way they are praising these teachers that got booties and their job is supposed to be to teach, not show off your assets. A lot of these teachers have BBLs and they know what they're doing. I want to let the sisterhood know that there are clothes for every body type. If dank demos can fit into some clothes, then don't tell me that these teachers with big butts can't wear things that are more flattering to their figure. You're not supposed to be wearing stilettos to teach kids. But I remember that one male teacher that went viral because his pants were a bit tight and his print was showing. And these women advocated to have him fired. But you're telling me that I didn't see many women saying he can't leave his D at the house. But y'all say that these women can't leave their booties at the house. Make it make sense. So maybe I should do a show next week called Teacher Bay because I have examples. And these are not, and it's not even about when we went to school, our teachers smelled like bug spray. Very true. But I've came across teachers that were like music teachers and dance teachers that had nice figures and they knew how to dress. When you're in front of young, impressionable boys, you need to dress the part because you hear about these teachers sexually assaulting these young boys and grooming them. Y'all don't want to talk about that, but we will. These women are telling your kids to stay after so they can tutor them and give them a little booty on the side, but y'all don't know what's going on. You're not checking phones. You're not checking these Snapchat apps. You're not doing none of that. Y'all trust your kids with these women because they're women. So next week, I think I want to shed light on these teachers who are predators. They're preying on your children, and y'all don't even see it. But you're sitting up here giving these women props for looking good in their skirts. What are we doing? When did teachers go viral for being sexy, y'all? Aren't they supposed to be teaching? And then a lot of these women in the sisterhood would say, well, maybe they're dressing sexy for the teachers. No, you're in the classroom with the kids majority of the day. You want to dress sexy for the other teacher? Meet him outside of school. When you're in school, you're supposed to dress right. You got these boys going crazy and wanting to have sex with their teachers. They're taking their picture, they're posting it online. And then you got these people that are making them look different in different clothing. You guys are doing this to yourselves. What are y'all doing? And remember, these boys are kids at the end of the day, right? So I really want to do a show on that. And I know a lot of people don't want to talk about that, but I will. I will. So thank you so much, Dot. And I hope you have a blessed day, okay? So guys,
No
I
doubt.
think the show I'm going to do, it will be on these teachers because I have been seeing a lot of videos and it's women. And there's a lot of men that say, well, if my teacher look like that, I stay in school. But are you forgetting that these are teachers that are teaching kids that are your kids' ages? And are y'all really gonna? So if you find out that one of those teachers that you would love to be in her classroom was preying on your son, would you still think like that? Would you guys feel the same if it was a male teacher grooming your daughter? Is that okay? No, right? So why would you guys give credit to these teachers who are dressing sexy to teach these young kids? It's disgusting. These teachers wearing these pencil skirts with these strap heels. Like, come on, you guys. But the women would make more excuses. She can't leave her ass at the house. No, but she could have left it at on the table and had her natural one, and then she would wear clothes that fit, right? So I want you guys to understand that that is something I want to do. It's important to me to make sure that we're talking about things that matter. So yeah, thank you, Dot. Cherry, you already wrapped up, right?
I did, and I put in our private chat the link. Can you pop that in the main chat if you don't mind? And that'll be for Tuesday. So if they really want to look, they can go see.
They can't see nothing in our private chat. Only me, you, and whoever's on the panel.
No, what I mean is I can't post in the regular one. Can you copy it and put it over there or
Oh,
someone?
let me see if I can do it live.
But
And
if not,
your group?
yeah, that's the one for Tuesday. So if not, I'll just say it again. It's Crosswords Conversations.
Okay,
They'll
I
look
posted
for
it.
that. Yeah,
I
I
just
just
shared
want
the
to
link,
thank
guys,
you
to her
too.
Bible group. No problem, Cherry. You know, I hate calling you that because I know your name, but Cherry
I
sounds like a stripper
know.
name. Coming to the stage, 2
What?
bullet
Wait.
wounds in her arm, but she's still making it. Give it up for Cherry.
There it is.
Girl, you know what'd be weird? Somebody at a
What?
strip club named Cherry, and then she do Bible study too on the weekends, and she coming out to a gospel song. Girl, that whole thing would be shut down soon.
I
Doing
think
some
I
stuff
might
like
write a
that.
book about that. That's a good idea.
No, that ain't no good idea. A stripper
A
coming out to
Christian.
gospel music. Girl, that she won't make it. It won't last. That's playing with God. I don't do that now. Talking about Cherry coming, and then as soon as she come out there, amazed, and she twirling. Girl, I'd be scared. I wouldn't be in there. I'm getting out of there. But
But before we go, Daphne, I just want to say thank you to the people in the chat because I didn't get to say thank you. They told us, sorry for their loss to both of us for what
oh
we were
yeah,
discussing.
thank you guys.
You guys, thank you.
Yeah.
And my condolences again to anyone else too who's lost people.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I don't know if you heard, but Daquan lost someone close to him. So
Oh,
um
no.
you're gonna have to pray for him. I'm gonna definitely give him a call tomorrow because I know it's 11 out there where he's at. But yeah, I mean, losing a parent, it is so it hurts. It really does. And no matter if it's 1 year ago, 1 minute ago, or 50 years ago, it still hurts the same. Just like losing a child, that's a part of you. That child was attached to you, so you'll never get over that. You'll never be healed. You will never sit there and say, I can go a month without thinking about my child. So anyone that's lost someone that is that close to them, it is something that will change you. And when people tend to use that to hurt you, you forget that you have to be, poised. And then we just all that goes out the window and you're ready for war. And like you said, I always bring this up because it's not a game. Everybody knows who Soldier Boy is. He's very annoying. He's loud and he acts like an immature little punk. He said to how come I forgot his name? I forgot his name. It was a guy who produces music, and I forgot his name. He said to him, "Happy Mother's Day," and this guy's mother was murdered in 2013, I believe. And I forgot the guy he said it to. It's sad. I usually know it, but he said Happy Mother's Day. And guys, when he said that, Soldier Boy got a call from the goons, and they told him, "You must want to die." And it's scary because Soldier Boy could have been unalived that easy for talking about this Metro Boomin, for talking about Metro Boomin's mother who was murdered by
Oh.
her husband. So you don't do that. And they were ready to unalive Soldier Boy over him just saying Happy Mother's Day because he knew that this man's mother was no longer here. And even though his mother's been gone for over a decade, do you see how quickly that man could have been a hashtag? So if that's how they do it, how should someone do it when they're being harassed? And it's deeper than that. They're posting personal things about how that person died or making up stories on how the person died and
Mhm.
sharing the file with strangers. How should I react? So me just saying a few words, I think that was grace because I knew that they won't fight me. What they're doing is over the internet because they feel strong. But if we were in the same spot, they wouldn't have that same energy. So
Mm-mm.
that's why you have to remember that they are nothing but worthless, useless keyboard thugs. And every day they go home to their lonely apartment where they have pictures of me all on their wall. How can I destroy her day to day? While I am going home to a wonderful husband who loves me and loves my mother like he knew her personally. And that is why I love him. And to anyone that has lost someone, you're in my heart. And like I said, this is Suicide Awareness Month. We have to do better, helping each other too. And I say this to a lot of women. I'm not here to hurt you. I just want to help you. There's a lot of women that have gifts that they will never know about because they're so busy being cursed by other people. There's people blocking their blessings and stopping them from greatness because they choose to be a part of this coalition. You guys have to do better. You have to. And if you don't want to do better, fine. Just leave me the hell alone. That's all I'm asking for. What I'm doing isn't affecting you personally. And if it is, go get some help. Other than that, block me. People that talk about me, they can't cut me off because they need me. So I'm realizing that I'm their muse. They can't do things without mentioning me. But one thing I want the sisterhood to know is that until my husband tells me it's time, I will continue to do my advocacy work. I will continue it. People tag me so many times a day. I don't see all your tags. I'm in over 200 groups. 200 groups. People have seen me get people live and in color because it was public. So people know what I do is real, it's authentic. And people can keep saying it isn't because it fits their narrative, but I know these bans are real, these restrictions are real. You guys see them, but still say that I'm lying. So at the end of the day, I'm not here to please you. I'm here to do the right thing. And I will never go against my own race because you want me to, especially against men. Our black men need us. Y'all got to stop doing what you're doing. These black men, some of them have lived really bad lives under a single bitter mother. So understand that they have their own demons they're fighting. So the last thing they need is a loud, high-calorie hyena that wants to make their life even worse by trying to hurt them. If a man cheats on you or does you wrong, leave. There's no need to go into these groups and try to form a coalition to say that he sexually assaulted you. Men, y'all need to be careful. Be careful. Take notes, record, write it down, create a trail. Because what they're doing in these groups, I can't catch everything. But when I do see it, I immediately report it. And I make sure that there's a case number and that I have it. Because it's dangerous out here. If a man rejects you, that's not sexual assault. If a man tells you, no, I don't want a second date, that is not sexual assault. And fellas, stop believing these women when they tell you they need help. Verify it. Because some of these text receipts y'all send to me, it's like, is it real? Because you didn't know that this was a scam? Come on, guys. Y'all better than this. But
Daphne, you also want them to remember that with a lot of chat GPT and AI technology out there, they can get scammed by men or women, and text receipts can be altered nowadays. So you got to be very careful with who you're dealing with.
Oh yeah, very true. And I want to say thank you to people who know my slogan. I figured you would say that has been copywritten for many years now. I've been saying that for a long time. It's always my finishing line. People have made trap cards. I have people rocking that slogan on shirts dating back 5 years ago. Guys, listen, I'm in my own lane. I'm not here trying to take over someone else's lane. I'm in my own lane. Anytime you type in, I figured you'd say that, my name will pop right on up. People might be using it now, but it belongs to me. And me being called the Queen of Accountability, it was a name I took over 3 years ago when they took my original name. But I want you guys to know that I'm going to keep doing the best that I can. But I'm not going to lie. I am getting tired. This is a lot of work. It really is. I'm tired. I don't see people doing exactly what I'm doing. I don't, because they're not doing it now. So if I hang it up, they're not just going to pop up in groups and hold people accountable, call the police and deal with cases and go to court and talk to DAs and talk. They're not going to do that because they're not doing it now. So even though Dot said that there will be someone else doing it, they might be doing it, but not at the level that I'm doing it. I'm doing it no matter who, if I get a call from the police. You have to be willing to talk to the police, be a witness on a case. These women aren't willing to do all that for no men or other women. So I need y'all to understand that what I'm doing is rare because people don't care about the truth. You have to be okay with being in the news and being called a snitch, being told that you're going to round up next to your mother. You have to be okay with that, guys. And a lot of these women are not okay with that. I'm okay with it because I know how to figure out where the threat is coming from. But everybody doesn't have the technology I have. So I don't see anybody doing exactly what I'm doing because they're not going to take heat for no men. Maybe an occasional woman, but not for no men. I'm willing to stand in the fire for my black men. My husband's a black man. So before I let a black man be charged with sexual assault or theft or something he didn't do, I will make sure that the police know he didn't do it, even if I'm by myself on this. So I need
I'm
y'all to
with
understand.
you.
I need y'all to understand that I'm gonna keep doing what I can, taking it day by day. So again, right now, I think I'm the only one doing it. So I want you guys to understand that this wasn't an attack on the sisterhood, but you guys are a hateful group. And I'm talking about the negative impact that you're doing to each other. Y'all not to that sisterhood pack that hates me. Y'all don't even like each other. Keep it 100. Y'all talk about each other like you talk about me. The only reason why you guys are friends is because y'all all hate me. But how's that hating doing for you guys? I'm still here. 30,000 on here. I'm about to hit 80,000 on my Instagram. I just told y'all last week I was at 75. I went up 5,000 more. So my message is getting out. I don't want to be famous. I don't need to go viral every day. I just need to push out the truth, y'all. And I'm going to keep doing that for you guys. Anybody listening, thank you. Thank you so much for having my back and supporting the Queen of Accountability Celebrity Podcast. You guys are the reason why I'm here. And I want you guys to know that I'm going to do the best that I can to do better with my content and with how I call out people. I used to call women pieces of for mothers. And that that's harsh, but I can still say they're bad mothers instead and work on how I talk about it because it hurts them. And then it makes them attack other people because they're mad at the truth. But I need y'all to understand that you can be better mothers if you start working on yourself. And understand that when you're attacking me, there are people looking into you and they see who came out of you. Your kids are right there, going to be right in the fire that you're starting because you don't care. And if you know that your children have issues, or if you know your children are not as attractive as a normal person would be with or without makeup too, you should be quiet because that's the first thing people are going to attack. If you know your kids are obese and they're going to have a hard time with finding a husband, you shouldn't be online talking about me because I can't control everyone who feels that they should respond on my behalf. I can't control people. All I can tell them is not in my name. So know that if you keep doing it, you're going to start seeing your kids being bullied because you're bullying people. And people are just going to do what they do and not care about me telling them no. So this is my warning to you guys. Stop it. Stop it because you're affecting your children. Stop. You're embarrassing your children. Stop. Pour that energy into your child because right now you're not setting a good example. You're horrible. Any woman with kids that's out here doing this kind of dangerous stuff online, you are an unfit mother. And if your kid is underage, I will report the behavior. If they're at that age, then know that they might be subject to bullying by other people because of your actions. Stop it. Move on with your pathetic life. Go on. Since you don't want to change, just go mess with somebody else. Do something else because you're not going to stop me. Your lies haven't broke me. No matter how bad the lie was that you said about me, I'm still here standing strong. 2 years, 3 years, however long you've been lying on me, I'm still right here, growing and thriving. Still married, happily. What are you going to do next? The only thing they can do next is try to take me out. Good luck with that too. Y'all feel me? He said we need to talk about the abuse as well that those women are doing to their children. They keep getting them obese. Oh yeah, yeah. We're gonna talk about that, but I want to talk about Teacher Bay. These pervert teachers. I have a lot of examples. Why would a teacher take a picture with her ass out in a classroom? Nobody can tell me right now that that is okay to do because I'm not
Not
gonna believe it.
appropriate.
If
Not
a man,
appropriate.
girl, please. They got fans models right now doing, skits like they're teachers in a classroom. Okay, guys, sit down, and then they bust it open and show their jugs. Like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Stop it. Right now, female teachers are the number one predators. I'm saying that out my mouth because it's true. I have about 60 photos from 2024 to today of female teachers that were caught having sex with their students. So do y'all gonna believe me then when I show you all of them? Because that's what's happening. Y'all over here praising assets and they're out here taking advantage of your children. This world is backwards. But because it's a woman doing all the praying, it's okay. Not in my book. We're going to go into Teacher Bay next week. The show's going to be called Teacher Bay. Then I'm going to do a show on men who have been used by women and women that used to use men on why they do it. Y'all, we're going to get into some good topics. If you guys have any topic ideas, send me an email. I'm open to anybody's idea. We can talk about it. And I think that this would help my channel as well, because y'all know I don't like doing shows on here like that. I would rather post on my community thing and keep it moving. But you guys have been asking me to do more shows, and I'm gonna do it. I do have a couple of verses that there might be 2 more Daphne versus somebody this month, but it takes a lot for these women to get on this internet and tell people why they don't agree with me. But once I get them, I get them. But again, they do all this keyboard warrior talk, but they won't face me because they know already that the reason they don't like me is because I'm spitting the truth. But guys, that's what happens when you tell the truth. You get attacked. So that's that. But yeah, Amari said sick. Yeah, there's some sick people out here. I'm telling y'all, there is. And when you say that women are predators, oh, you get attacked. So next week, I'm prepared to be attacked because this show is going to be really, really iffy. I'm going to show y'all videos of these women in the classroom, wiping off the board and letting their butt jiggle. Y'all, that's disgusting. That is disgusting. Why would you be in the classroom wiping the board and letting your butt jiggle? Can someone tell me why that would be important? Like, what happened to teachers teaching? Like, did we stop that? Now we got strippers for teachers. I'm sure they're giving them a show, right? But did you know that there's teachers that get fired for letting the children take their hair down? Yeah, that male teacher got fired for that. But we're saying that female teachers that are wiping the board and shaking their butt and twerking, that's not a fireable offense. Oh, okay. Man, right? Y'all gonna see it. Teacher Bay is gonna be next episode. So remember, guys, accountability, it isn't punishment. It's growth. Keep standing on truth, keep protecting your peace, and never let anyone rewrite your story. Until next time, team accountability, stay strong, stay aware, and stay accountable. I love you guys. Have a good day.